It's 1 a.m. or almost in Toronto. It's almost 2 p.m. in Japan, which means it's time for, well, I can't call it the Midnight Matinee, but it is the leadoff of the Pacific League English YouTube channel's live stream schedule for this year. Roki Sasaki on the bump for the Chiba Lotte Marines as they host the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters in the rubber match of this opening weekend. Here you see the lineups. Hey, actually presented in English. Nice touch. Neftali Soto, Gregory Polanco, that 2-3 punch foreign batter combo. Shogo Nakamura, the team captain at third base. Roki Sasaki, the monster of the Reiwa, on the bump.
It is your Chiba Lotte Marines. It is showtime!
Let's face it, your MLB team would never do something like this.
That was absolutely delightful.
Certainly not as well cinematographied. There's the right field stands, packed to the rafters. It's a Marines whiteout. All the fans in the stands are wearing the same white with black pinstripe jersey that yours truly is wearing. I got Shogo Nakamura on the back of mine, Captain C on the front, and joining me in the virtual booth tonight, my good friend Jimbo Bernicki from Montreal. How you doing tonight, Jimbo?
Very good, very tired, but now that I've seen that cheering video, I'm good to go now. I got my spirits up. I'm ready for a great game of baseball today.
And also joining from Pennsylvania, Michael Bealey on the stats. Mike, how you doing? This is York team after all.
Doing well, excited that the offseason's finally over after what seemed like years, honestly, and extremely excited about today's starting pitching matchup.
Yeah, no kidding. Gabe Lerman here on the call. Now that is an intro.
We'll take you all to the field. Introducing the members of your Chiba Lotte Marines.
I'll let the PA guy handle this.
Playing for left field. Number 22, Gregory Polanco. Center fielder, Koshiro Wada. Right fielder, Koki Yamaguchi. Third baseman, Shogo Nakamura. Shortstop, Kenta Chatani. Second baseman, Yudai Hoshioka. First baseman, Hisanori Yasuda. And catcher, Toshiya Sato. Designated hitter, Neftali Soto. And the manager of your Chiba Lotte Marines, Masato Yoshi. And today's starting pitcher. Everybody, please welcome today's starting pitcher. It is your number 17, Roki Sasaki. It's time to start the show. Go, Roki Marines, fighting!
The monster of the Reiwa, Roki Sasaki. This is his second appearance on the Midnight Matinee / PLTV English YouTube channel live simulcasts. If you don't remember correctly, he was actually in our first ever broadcast over on the Taiwanese channel. He was in the midst of his 21 inning perfect streak at that point, and the first batter we saw him pitch to gave up a hit, ending his streak. So if you have to blame anyone, Roki, blame me.
Man, the cinematography of this intro has been absolutely wonderful. It's really hyping up here the superstar, as you said, the monster of the Reiwa era. I think pretty much everyone tuning in today is here to see the top pitching prospect from Japan, who will hopefully be making his way over stateside soon. Let's hope he has a great start today.
No kidding. You see there his preseason record, 0-1 in 3 starts, but only a 3 ERA. In terms of pitch mix from Roki, you can expect to see that overpowering fastball. Forkball is his primary secondary pitch, and then you'll also see an occasional slider, and he added a curveball last season. He doesn't throw it often, but it is there.
For as strong as that fastball is, topping out at 102, that forkball is absolutely deadly. One of the most brutal pitches I've ever seen.
Yeah, that fall off the table forkball is going to be his primary weapon in the secondaries. First pitch on the way. Smoked in there at 156. Sent foul. Nakamura's going to give it a look. That's into the exciting seats. Okay, Sasaki, you don't need to show off your hair. We know you look good. There's a Head & Shoulders shampoo commercial just waiting for him. Andrew Stevenson, first season in Japan. Joins the team from the Minnesota Twins, also with the Washington Nationals. He'll be playing left field. 0-1 on the way. Another fastball. 1-1. See the Fighters manager Tsuyoshi Shinjo looking on. Yes, that's right. Both teams in this matchup are managed by former Mets.
Oh, that doesn't bode well for anybody.
1-1. Drilled into deep right field. Yamaguchi's going to give it a look. It will be the center fielder Wada catching it on the warning track, one away.
And as some of you may know from watching our other games, Chiba Marine Stadium is legendary for having very strong winds that keep the ball in the park. That might have been a home run in any other stadium. That was a really well-hit shot.
It's good to see Andrew Stevenson able to catch up to Roki's velocity. That's something you don't often see in the Japanese game. A lot of absolute heat. You see there the 160 kilometers per hour. There's a little challenge going on. I'll explain that at the next break. Grounded to second. Fujioka up throwing, 2 down. 1 pitch, 1 out. I'm actually trying out my new scorebook. I picked this up on my last visit to Japan, so if you hear any pen scratchings, it's me. Chusei Manami, last season's All-Star MVP, Best 9, Golden Glove winner. Talk about a breakout season for the young outfielder from the Fighters. Is that forkball?
And we've got a matchup here of 2 potential MVP candidates. Manami, if he has an even better season than last season, could definitely be in the running.
He added a lot to his on-base percentage.
Woof.
This one's going to be sent foul.
What a swing, though.
That's the issue with Roki Sasaki is, yes, you're going to get the heat up in the high 90s for those of you using Freedom units, occasionally over 100, but you also have to guard against that forkball, which is going to be slower and have a lot more vertical dive. On the ground to shortstop, and it looks like Chatani's going to eat that. Manami has the first hit of the game.
You see, definitely with how deeply that was hit, Manami's speed, not even going to make a play on that because there's no way he's getting him.
Yeah, the turf kind of ate that one up a little.
I think even Sosuke Genda probably might not have even made that play, though might have been close.
I mean, the human highlight reel is active in the other games going on right now. We'll check in on those in due time. And if you're getting tired of our voices, but you want to go watch them, WatchDingo.com has you covered. All Pacific League games, just no commentary. Cuban slugger Ariel Martinez grounds it to second. Shogo Nakamura up and throwing. That'll get us to the end of the first half of this ball game. Marines will be up. It'll be Fujioka, Soto, Polanco. Hiroki Sasaki doing a good job.
But there's something lacking about that. It's the pinstripes. I want the pinstripes.
I mean, it is a throwback to their first ever uniforms when they were the Mainichi Orions. Playing in Tokyo proper. For those of you just joining us, hey, where you been? Here's a look again at that deep fly ball to right center field. Koshiro Wada gobbling it up. right in front of the right field cheer sections. Matsumoto, 2022's batting champion, grounds out to second. Fujioka, normally the shortstop, moved over to second for today's game. Monami worked the infield single. Martinez grounds out to third.
And we have our people pouring into the chat. Sound off from where you're from. I see we got someone checking in from New York and people from California. Very good to see we got coast-to-coast coverage going on stateside. But yeah, let us know where you're from. We'll give you a little shout-out.
So Gabe and Jimbo, I'm sure you guys noticed, but did you see how the Fighters batters were swinging early and swinging often, right at the first pitch?
Yes.
That is actually one of the few keys to beating Sasaki is to swing at his first pitch. Opposing batters are batting .378 when they swing at his first pitch and get him early.
Interesting.
Starting pitcher for the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. No, not Ham Fighters. They have no quarrel with Ham. Kenta Uehara. 30-year-old lefty. Actually just turned 30 years old 2 days ago. Yudai Fujioka looks at the first pitch, low for ball one. Big arsenal from Uehara. Chopped on the ground, that'll be foul towards the first base coach. Fastball, changeup, cutter, slider, curve, and forkball. His most used secondary pitch is the cutter. Throws it about 20% of the time. But the fork and the changeup are devastating combinations. Little high heat there. Strike two, fouled into the expensive seats.
Nearly broke the bat on that with how high he got choked up there. Oof.
And it's worth pointing out that there isn't really much of a platoon split consideration when setting the lineups. Koshiro Wada, the center fielder, is a lefty, and he's in here against the lefty Uehara, who fields this bouncer from Fujioka. Grounds out 1-3.
Over in the chat, we have Richard Hennow from Massachusetts. Happy to have you on board, fellow East Coaster. Oh, I thought this was happening right now.
This was yesterday. Takashi Ogino and looks Yasuda scoring Neftali Soto's first RBIs as a Chiba Lotte Marine. The longtime Puerto Rican player, 35 years old, comes over from the Yokohama DNA Bay Stars. Big cut on that breaking ball. Strike one.
If I recall correctly, back with the Bay Stars, he had a massive season a few years ago.
2018 and 2019, he led the other league in home runs. Big cut on a breaking ball again, 0-2. Uehara might have the book on him a little bit. There's that forkball grip. That thing just sails.
Yeah, seeing the stats here, he had 84 home runs between those two seasons. My goodness.
The interesting thing is, for foreign players, if you're able to accumulate 9 years of Japanese service time, you are considered a domestic player. Neftali Soto is, by my count, only 2 more seasons away from that. Bashed into the dirt, Uehara off the mound to field. Back-to-back 1-3 putouts.
93rd, left fielder number 22, Gregory Polanco.
And you will note that is a new number for Gregory Polanco. Last season he wore 23. This is his second as a Chiba Lotte Marine, his third in Japan overall. He came over and joined the Giants in the other league. No, not the San Francisco ones. The Kyojin is their other nickname. Led the Pacific League in home runs last year with 26.
And do we have any idea why he changed his number? Is there any news on that, or he just felt like it?
It may have been a matter that 22 was taken by someone else and he wanted it all the time. And he decided, hey, now's my chance.
Maybe 22 was how many home runs he thinks he would have hit if he was playing somewhere other than Marine Stadium. Extra home runs, I should say.
2-0 on the way from Uehara. Outside. Pitchers count 3-0. And there you hear the loudest fans of the Pacific League, the Lotte Owendan. Fastball in for strike one. 3-1 the count. I have not had the chance to sit in that cheering section. Polanco broke his bat a little bit.
Oh!
Close play, but Polanco's speed beats it out.
I'm wondering what happened to the ball there. It seems like it floated to second, but didn't land for out.
Yeah, it looks like Polanco got caught a little bit, flat-footed. Yeah, just poked it into shallow right field.
Oh.
Hosokawa on it quick. Polanco beats the throw. And he's exuberantly saying, yeah, I'm safe. Koki Yamaguchi, the right fielder today, also capable of playing left and first base. 4th round selection in the 2018 draft. One rare platoon advantage here. Little righty-lefty action. Given the massive amounts of the outfielders on this roster, Kakunaka, Ogino, when he's healthy, Kyota Fujiwara, it's hard for Yamaguchi to find playing time. Then you factor in the injuries, and yes, he does get enough. 14 home runs last year, as you saw on screen. Runner at first, 2 outs. Count is 2-0. Uehara fires and deals. Excellent plate discipline here from Yamaguchi. Second straight batter taking Uehara to a 3-0 count. Uehara's an interesting, okay, we've got a bit of a umpire call delay. Uehara's an interesting player. Last year was his first over 100 innings pitched. 4-7 record, ERA of 2.75. That'll be a 4-pitch walk. Nothing doing to Yamaguchi. Uehara will take his chances with Hisanori Yasuda.
That is it. First baseman, number 5. Hisanori Yasuda.
And Yasuda's normally a third baseman, but Shogo Nakamura moving from second to third to give the infield that much more room for defensive prowess. Also a chance for Neftali Soto to DH with Gregory Polanco playing left field. Now, Mike, you may remember, did Polanco play much outfield last season, or was he primarily a DH?
Last season, I believe he was primarily a DH or the occasional first baseman. I don't remember him too much in the outfield. He might have played at least a couple of games there, however.
Because that's what I remember him as a Pittsburgh Pirate. A lot of people in the chat were noticing, hey, that's where he's familiar.
Yeah, I think maybe when those outfield injuries happened in the middle of the Marine seasons last year, he might have had a few games out there.
Yasuda, lefty-on-lefty matchup, sends this into the stands. Hisanori is an important part of this infield. Talented player, still waiting for that double-digit breakout home run season. This is his 4th or 5th in the Chibolote infield. As Sasaki looks on, distinctly Japanese thing. The starting pitchers will warm up from the sidelines once there's 2 out. Yasuda laces this into right field. That'll be played on a hop by Monami. Polanco's getting the wave home. He will be tagged out!
Yeah. The moment I saw him running.
Run on Chusei Monami. Excellent relay there by Ariel Martinez. Yua Tamiya with the tag. We're still
You'd have
scoreless
figured
through
the league would
1.
have learned by now.
Area 66 showing off the cannon to Polanco, who's no slouch with the arm himself.
Yeah, I can't help but think maybe Polanco got a bit of overexcitement for making that play at first earlier in the inning, because normally I do not think of him as a guy who can outrun Chusei Monami's arm.
I mean, credit to the relay throw there. Yeah, caution, don't run on Chusei Monami.
Seeing in the chat now, we're got a lot of people coming in sounding off. We got people checking in from, I believe, Pittsburgh, or is that someone just saying they... oh, no, yeah, with us in Pittsburgh. There you go. What else do we have here?
Hey, Sage Shark, our interviewee for making the pitch for the Chibolote Marines. That is coming soon to this very channel. Stay tuned, more to come.
I saw a fellow Philadelphian in the chat. I think that's the only one I've ever seen.
Rickety Cricket. Yeah, my first live stream was a Sasaki start. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that all of y'all are joining us on this beautiful Sunday night. Happy Easter, everyone. Let's take a look at the replay.
Sunday morning.
Yasuda gives this a sting, but it's right to Manami. And there's Hosokawa doing the relay.
Woof.
Itamiya tags Polanco right on the thigh. I don't want to say dead meat, but yeah, that leg is still midair when he's tagged.
It's a perfect example of a team-based defensive baseball there. Sasaki showing off that curveball.
Fastball high, count is evened at ones. Yuya Gunji at the plate. Normally registered as a catcher, he's playing third base today with Kotaro Kiyomiya out with an injury, giving him a chance. Goes around on this pitch. Strike two.
And something you gotta love about Sasaki is how easy that delivery comes to him. Those mechanics are just fantastic.
If memory serves, he's 6'4". So he's got a lot of torque in that lower body. And that high leg kick. Forkball in the dirt for strike three. That'll kick away from Sato. Throw down to first is in time.
That's good. Rookie strikeout.
First K of the game for Roki Sasaki. There's that forkball grip, and that you can see where that ball starts and where it ends. That guy looks familiar? He should. That's Franmil Reyes, former Kansas City Royal and Cleveland Guardian. Comes over, this is his first season in Japan. Strike one. Nicknamed the Franimal by fans stateside. Not sure if that name translates here.
It's a pretty good nickname, though.
Big cut on a forkball, strike two.
And we're noticing here as we're getting through the second inning, it seems Roki's control is improving just a little bit. Finding the plate more often.
He's not getting in any three ball counts. Another forkball.
That looked pretty good to me, but it is what it is.
No dibble from Franmil. It's 2-2. On the way. Called strike three. There's that slider that Roki's been working on. If he gets a third pitch, that basically is going to be the make or break for him in the majors. You see a different grip there. Just enough taken off that to fool Franmil Reyes. Get a reverse K. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the second for Roki Sasaki. Still no pitches over 160 kilometers an hour, though, so everyone who's looking for that promotion, no dice yet. Tamiya, young catcher for the Fighters. 2 home runs last season. If I'm not mistaken, he had an excellent game yesterday. Went 3 for 4. Forkball inside for ball one. Sasaki comes set. 2 out. Check down to the third. Did he go? No. Sitting 156. I know I sound disappointed, but really, let's be honest here. That's still high 90s.
Yeah, it's still legitimate heat.
2-1 on the way. Slider away. As soon as I jinxed it. 3-1 count. Be interesting to see how this one goes. Fastball pumped in for strike 2. Sorry, he's 4 for 6 to start the season, Tamiya is. Back-to-back 2 for 3 days. In the dirt. Fouled off. Tamiya got just a piece of it. There's that forkball grip again. Ooh, just off the end of the bat. Now, Jimbo, it is common for Japanese players to focus on contact and spoiling pitches. That's more their jam, right?
Absolutely. It's definitely more of a focus on trying to put the ball in play and make something happen. But there are still players who go for those big home run hits, like Hotataki Yamakawa for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks.
Or Yuki Yanagita for the SoftBank Hawks, or Ryoya Kurihara for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. Gee, I'm noticing a trend.
But, you know, fighters definitely have...
Sasaki. Chop to third. Nakamura up. Throw is in time. 1-2-3 inning for Roki Sasaki. Still scoreless through 1.5. This is the Midnight Matinee here on the Pacific League English YouTube channel. Ah, yes, the Jeep Bazooka. One of the Marines' many mascots is going to start launching balls out of that air compressor.
3, 2, 1, Bazooka.
If you catch one of the baseballs, or one of these balls, you can redeem it for cheering merchandise at the stadium.
3, 2, 1, Bazooka.
And we have here in the chat, Chris Childers is asking about how you can follow more of the games. You can check out Pacific League TV, where we have all of the games from the league, just for, what is it, only, it's
1,500 Japanese yen per month, which is around 10 US dollars, around 12 Canadian.
Perfect, and there we go. And also he's asking, who should his favorite team be? We have a tradition here on the Midnight Matinee, or all of our English broadcasts. Whoever wins today's game should be your favorite team, but if you're still not convinced, you can also listen to our Making the Pitch series, where fans from each team tell you why you should be a fan of their team.
Couldn't have said it any better myself, Jimbo. Also, don't forget our good friends at WatchDingo.com. They're carrying every Pacific League game all season long, just without commentary. If you're in North America, you'll be able to watch at WatchDingo.com for free. And FDF Sports, once again broadcasting games with English commentary on tape delay. You'll be able to catch the Buffaloes hosting the Hawks later today at 2 p.m. Eastern.
And some other location shoutouts. We got Joshua Pacman coming in from Houston, Michael Lopez coming in from Los Angeles, and Tabe Collier from Presque Isle, Maine. So really covering everywhere in the States right now. We're having a very nationwide audience.
I mean, it is Roki Sasaki. It's Sasaki Sunday, and it's Easter Sunday. It's worth staying up. We got 126 people in the chat at 1:30 in the morning. Gadzooks. And that's right, Devin the Dude, you do not need a VPN. It's completely blackout free. Kenta Chatani playing shortstop today. Fastball in for strike 1. Uehara fought off by Chatani. That's going to sail foul. Oh, never mind. Manami makes the grab. That looked like it was tailing foul. Chusei completes the out, 1 away.
He just makes it look so easy.
Team captain, or at least on my jersey he is, Shogo Nakamura. Has won 2 Golden Gloves at second base. He's trying his hand at third for today's game. Cutter in there for strike 1. 11 home runs last season, so he's still got that pop in his bat, even though his batting average is slid. Slider, 1-1.
And as we pointed out when we discussed the move in the offseason, I think third base is a really good fit for him with his defensive capabilities.
Popped up. That's into the very expansive backstop. And past it. That's something distinct to all Japanese ballparks, that really high backstop wall. Because otherwise, where are you going to find room for the advertising? And no, if you're wondering, Roki Sasaki does not have a company named after him. When he's not starting, that sign says Roto. They just have a special deal because Roki is that special. And as you can tell, Nakamura has a lot of fans in that Lotte outfield. You're getting a cardio workout if you're cheering for the Marines. Hit on the ground to second base, Hosokawa. Easy play, 4-3 the putout.
Batting game, catcher number 32, Toshiya Sato.
And Toshiya Sato has had some success in these midnight matinees. If memory serves, he's got a home run at Rakuten Mobile Park Miyagi when we had the Marines visiting the Toku Rakuten Golden Eagles, as well as one here in our last midnight matinee from last season. Where's Good Luck Charm? As he looks at strike one. Toshiya Sato has really locked in that number one catcher spot in the deep Lotte rotation of catchers. That's opposite field. That will be fair for a base hit up against the warning track. Stevenson is on it. He'll throw towards third. Toshiya Sato with the first extra base hit of the game.
And we've seen so far in the game that Ito's using a lot of off-speed stuff, so I think the hitters are starting to pick up on just give it a little bit of time, let it come to you, and you can take it opposite field to get some extra bases.
No kidding. It's also worth pointing out Uehara only really tops out in the high 80s, so there's not that much velocity variance between his off-speed and his breaking and his main bread and butter, the fastball. Koshiro Wada came to the Marines as a developmental player, which means he was added to the beyond the 70-man organizational roster and had to be registered to it, dropping the third digit from his number. This one is going to be sliced foul. Runner at second for the first time for the Marines. My mistake, they had that last season, or last inning. Technically, they are still 1-for-1 with runners in scoring position. It's just Manami to Hosokawa to Tamiya, and never mind. 0-1 on the way from Uehara to Wada, the center fielder. The developmental draft is an interesting concept in Japan. You can take as many players as you want, or none at all. Oh, you can see the seams on that breaking ball. That thing barely moved. Beautiful looking changeup. Sato standing at second. Wada trying to go the other way with that cutter. That was about where I sat when I was at Zozo Marine Stadium for my first ever NPB game in person back in 2013. Marines
And who were the Marines
Eagles.
playing? The Eagles.
They hosted the Eagles in August, and Satozaki, the catcher, walked it off in the 10th.
Wow, that's awesome.
I think that was his only home run that season. Laced into right field, that could be caught by Manami. That'll end the inning. Just reach outs and makes the grab.
I mean, I said it before, I'll say it again. He just makes it look so easy. I don't think it would be a stretch to call Chusei Manami the most athletic player in the Pacific League at the moment. He is really coming into his own as an athlete and a baseball player.
And here's the scary part. He could get better.
Oh, absolutely. He's still very young. Not unlike Roki Sasaki, wouldn't be too surprised if we saw him stateside eventually.
Well, Sasaki's only 22 years old. Manami's 23. I'm trying to remember. I think Manami is half Guyanan?
No, Congolese.
Oh, Congolese, right. It's Yuma Mune who's half Ghanan. Over on the Buffaloes.
Ah, yes, yeah.
Speaking of the other games going on in the Pacific League, we got ourselves a barn burner over at Rakuten Mobile Park Miyagi. Eagles and Lions tied at 3s in the bottom of the 4th. 1-1 Buffaloes and Hawks at Kyocera Dome. Carter Stewart Jr. starting to light the radar gun up for the Hawks. Good to see him in command. Adam Walker with a 5th inning solo home run to give the Hawks the lead. Buffaloes have come back to tie it, though. Now, I know we were talking about how contact-heavy Japan is, which makes Roki Sasaki's 19 strikeout perfect game in 2022 that much more impressive. Did you get a chance to watch that one in the highlights or live? Jimbo, Mike?
Oh, sorry.
I watched that one live back then.
Oh man, what was going through your mind watching that work?
I noticed around the 6th inning, and I said he's not going to do it. And then the 7th, I said he's not going to do it. And in the 9th, I said something's going to happen.
Typical Philly sports fan mentality.
I think it's just perfect games in general mentality. I don't think there's a person that's seen a perfect game that actually thought it wasn't going to end in a weird way.
As a Blue Jays fan, I've seen Dave Stieb lose it too many times.
Very impressive about that perfect game is that I believe he struck out Masataka Yoshida 3 times that game.
That sounds about right. He actually set an NPB record by striking out 13 batters consecutively. I think that may actually be a world record.
Yeah, it's a world record, and also I believe Yoshida only struck out maybe 30-plus times, 30-some times.
Speaking of strikeouts, Mizuno is a strikeout victim. 2-3 the K.
Strikeout.
That's his 3rd of the game. There's that forkball again, right into the dirt. Good block by Sato, the catcher.
Man, I imagine catching for Sasaki must be so difficult.
Just hard on the knees. 21-year-old Ryohei Hosokawa, 4th-round draft pick from 2021 from the famed Chiben Wakayama High School. There's that slider that Sasaki breaks out every once in a while. Strike 1. Yeah, we're seeing players born in the 2000s now. Hosokawa born in 2002. There are players on the rosters now born in 2006.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Don't remind me.
Oh yeah, we were talking about it on the most recent podcast, which should be up sometime next week. 1-1 on the way from Sasaki. Fastball in for strike 2.
For those of you who don't know what the podcast is, it's our weekly podcast that we do here about the games you're watching now. So if you want to keep up with all the news for the Pacific League in English, check out the podcast.
Thank you for being the marketing brain of the two of us. 1-2 on the way from Sasaki. Chopped to the backstop, clear over the umpire. This is Hosokawa's 4th pro season. He batted .216 last year, but did get his first career home run at the NPB level. Once again, Shinjo shuffling the infield. In the dirt, strike 2. Today's game is the first of the season for Hosokawa, for Yuya Gunji, and for Koshiro Wada on the Marines, the center fielder. And the best part of that Sasaki Perfecto game, he pitched 8 perfect innings the following start. And then got taken out by his manager because they didn't want to burn out his arm. That it was a real concern with Roki Sasaki, that special elbow tendon of his. Talent like his, you do not want to waste it. So he did not pitch at all in the 2020 season, and only pitched in the farm for most of 2021. 2-2 on the way, laced right into the fencing. Ryohei Hosokawa given a bit of a fight here. hear the dedicated crew of Fighters fans in left field giving their encouragement. 2-2 on the way. Slider into center field. Played on a hop by Wada. He bobbles it a little bit, but Hosokawa is aboard with a 1-out single. And it's worth noting that the Fighters started their existence in Tokyo, actually sharing Tokyo Dome with the Giants. So there's a dedicated bunch of Fighters fans still in the Tokyo area. They cheer for the club at all Marines and all Lions games, the two PL teams in the Tokyo conurbation, let's call it.
Yeah, it is quite a wide net.
Fastball in there for strike one. We've seen Sasaki get to 156. Haven't seen him go above it yet. Interesting to watch. Maybe he's still ramping up. We know he had an abbreviated spring training. Mike, didn't he have like a contract holdout or something like that?
There's not much known about it. That's actually been confirmed by both the team, Sasaki, and the media. Some people say it was just a simple delay. Nothing more than that. He was still involved in some spring training. A lot of team workouts, team activities.
And his last preseason start, he went 5 clean innings, only allowing 2 hits and striking out 6. In other words, a perfectly Sasakian start. Andrew Stevenson squares to bunt. That's up the third base line. Nakamura bobbles it. Heads up move by Sasaki to go to third to cover. Andrew Stevenson showing he's adapting perfectly to the Japanese game. Remember, always bunt.
Yeah, I mean, I love bunting. Anyone who's heard us talk about baseball knows that, and that was a perfect bunt. I don't remember the last time I've seen a bunt so perfectly executed. And remember, like you said, always bunt.
So that makes it runners at first and second for the Fighters with the heart of their lineup coming up. Shogo Nakamura. I guess we'll wait for the scoring result to see if that's an E or an H. Pretty sure it's a hit. If so, I think that's Stevenson's first in NPB. That is. Congratulations to Andrew Stevenson.
And bunting was actually one of the first things that got me into Japanese baseball. I think bunting is a lost art that we've lost in the American game. Very happy to see it alive and well here in Japan.
Go Matsumoto.
Oh,
that's into the dirt. Heads up base running by Hosokawa to advance to third on the wild pitch. That's the issue with Sasaki. His fastball grip does lead to the occasional wild pitch. That forkball bounced. Kicked off Sato's chest protector. Both runners will advance. Stevenson to second, Hosokawa to third. A lot of speed on the base paths for the 2022 Pacific League batting title winner, Go Matsumoto. Playing center field today. Normally he's a left fielder. Late breakout in his career. Last season was a bit of a regression. Swings over the forkball. Count is 1-1. Actually, that might have been the slider given where it started and where it ended. Shinjo thought maybe that could have been a swing opportunity. Fastball high. There's a 157. Ball 2.
And Shinjo definitely probably the most charismatic and well-liked manager among the Pacific League management crew. I mean, how can you not love him?
I see a familiar face in the chat. Benjamin Mayhew saying, bunting for hits, very good. Sack bunting, very bad. Tell that to the Japanese managers.
All bunting, very good.
All bunting. Fastball low for ball 3. That looked good. Check out where this one was. At the knees.
Maybe just a little outside, but not
Maybe
much.
A little bit of a squeeze. Not too bad. Count is 3-1. Manami lurking on deck, and you know he'd love to do some damage. Sasaki set, deals, low, ball 4, drops the forkball in. Masato Yoshi out to have a little confab with Sasaki. Oh, my mistake. That is the pitching coach Ono. So, bases loaded, 1 out. First walk issued by Minami today. Or by Sasaki. And now Chusei Manami. 25 home runs last year. With the bases loaded. Still only 1 out. Double play is in effect, though.
And I found an interesting stat here that says that Sasaki, if he just gets early strikes, he has a lot more easier time putting batters away. But he does seem to get a little frustrated when the balls start to mount. And so a lot of full counts don't go his way.
Chusei Manami got an infield single last time up. 3 for 8 on the very young season. Forkball well away for ball 1. Nowhere to put him. Pitch count starting to get up for Sasaki. This is the first real adversity he's had all game. First real scoring chance for the Fighters. Sasaki deals. Fastball. There we go. A little spicy at 158. It's got to be, what, 97, 98 for freedom units?
Yeah, but unfortunately way outside.
Just recalibrate. Yeah, the crowd is insane. Like, that's all in left field, and you saw how few sections there are. We also have the volume turned down on this broadcast.
Oh yeah, if you want the full fan
Strike
experience, you watch it on the channel without us talking over it. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, go to watchdingo.com. No commentary. Or heck, go! Just go! I did. Mike did. Mike's going again. He'll be in Japan later, or sometime in April. 2-1 on the way. Fastball, strike 2. Getting Manami to chase here would be a big K. I mean, Ariel Martinez does have some pop in his bat from all his seasons in Japan. He's familiar with the game, the Cuban slugger. Formerly from Matanzas club in Cuba.
Oh, I've been there. I've seen them play, actually.
Nice. I have never been to a Cuban National Series game.
Oh,
Ooh, that slider looked good. Sasaki wanted it. Manami not chasing. Count is full.
Manami kind of looked like he thought it was out. I mean,
that was lower than the previous miss pitch. You see what... Yeah, Sasaki maybe still showing a little bit of his youth there. Trying to will that third strike into play. Full count pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Fourth K of the game for Roki Sasaki. Manami just has to smile. You got beat by the best there, bud.
And he had to know it was coming. That straight heat right down the middle, and he got him with it.
If you swing at the king, you best not miss. Ariel Martinez looking for his first hit of the season. This is his second season with the Fighters, acquired from the Chunichi Dragons. And last year he just went off with 15 home runs and a 338 on base. 24 doubles too, so no slouch when it comes to extra base hits. 0 for 7 to start the season though. Bases loaded, 2 down. Hosokawa at third, Stevenson at second, and Go Matsumoto at first. Count is 0-2 quickly on Martinez. The cloud of rosin coming off his hand is impressive. I gotta check the weather. Last time I've been there, it was windy as heck. And as a result, those nighttime games can be a little chilly. Wind doesn't seem to be too bad today. I mean, I've seen games where Sasaki will lose his hat from the wind.
Oh yeah, you'll see games where the players are visibly, like, the jerseys are just shaking.
Oh, Mike with an impressive stat. Drop that one in. Ooh. Trying again with a forkball.
So yeah, something really interesting I found looking at his 2023 stats and advanced graphs and all that. The longer Sasaki is ahead in the count, 0-2, 1-2 pitches, batters are only hitting 167 against him.
I mean, good luck trying to get hit off Sasaki anyway. 2-2 on the way. Martinez thought he had that.
Showing a little emotion there, almost looked like, I couldn't tell if he was talking to himself or taunting.
No, that's I missed that one. He just missed squaring it up. 56 pitches, most of those this inning for Sasaki. Bases loaded, 2-2 on the way. Fastball high. Ooh, just short of the lottery. So here's the deal with that 160 km per hour thing. That's the top speed of the Keisei Skyliner, the express train that the Keisei group runs between Narita Airport and Ueno Station. So in honor of that, for every Sasaki start, every pitch thrown above 160 counts to, or at 160 or faster, counts towards a lottery. If you guess the number of pitches correct, you could walk away, if you're in the stadium anyway, with a bunch of prizes, including $160 in Keisei gift cards. You can use them for things like hotel stays, train tickets, Tokyo Disney Resort tickets. It's an little shimmy there from Martinez. Chill running up and down his spine. Me too. All the lights on the scoreboard are set. Sasaki deals. Skied. Chatani has a beat on it. We're still scoreless.
Roki may have thrown a lot of pitches that inning, but he works himself out of one heck of a jam.
No kidding. Through 2.5, we're still scoreless. This is the Midnight Matinee here on the Pacific League English YouTube channel. So one of the cool promotions they're doing at the ballpark today is that this is Kirin Craft Beer Day. I am jealous. I'm stuck here just drinking tea and water. There are 8 different kinds of Kirin beer available at Zozo Marine Stadium today. There will be a toast after the bottom of the 4th, so make sure you have your glasses charged to join us in giving a kanpai to the Marines, the fighters, and you, the fans, for tuning in. It's a long weekend up here in Canada. I'm not sure if folks down in the States get Good Friday off. Gadzooks, 170 of y'all. Oh my goodness, it's DishNet 34, WBSC broadcaster for Power Pro eBaseball, the Olympics eSports series. He's in the chat. How you doing, DishNet? I'll give you a ball go far if we ever get a home run. Man, we get all the celebrities in here.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, one of those was Adosa Buckley, who gave us his thoughts on the Hokkaido Nipponham Fighters. His Making the Pitch just got posted over the last couple days. You can catch it here on the Pacific League English YouTube channel.
And some of our broadcasts were joined by Lucas Bora, a very dedicated Portuguese fan who has all sorts of great stats and does great analysis and great writing on the sport. Hopefully he'll show up today. Big fan of his.
Second time through the lineup for the Marines, Yudai Fujioka looks at ball 1. 120 kilometers an hour. That's a relatively slow curveball there. Slider away, ball 2.
It is interesting how we have a totally different stylistic matchup. On the one hand, you have a overpowering right-hander with raw heat, and then on the other, it's a left-hander with a lot of mix-ups and slow speed stuff.
That's something that the fighters really excel at. You take a look at Takayuki Kato, who is a soft-tossing lefty. He barely hits 85 on the radar gun, but he is a command specialist. And Hiromi Ito, to a lesser extent. Oh yeah, and they got Sachiya Yamasaki, a trio of lefties in that rotation. Dangerous mix. Count is 3-1 on Fujioka. And Fujioka did really well as a leadoff man last season. 389 on-base percentage. Exactly what you want at the top of the order. And there we go. Leadoff walk for Fujioka. Second walk issued by Uehara. Mike, what have you been finding out about Kenta Uehara, the starting pitcher for the Fighters?
So, Kenta Uehara, the best way I could describe him would be your prototypical Japanese pitcher, and by that I mean he has 8 different pitches in his arsenal, and he'll throw them whenever he feels like it. Doesn't matter the count, doesn't matter the inning, doesn't matter the score, doesn't matter how many people are on base. He has all 8, and he's going to use them whenever he feels like it. And he's not really a strikeout pitcher, only getting 256 Ks throughout his career so far, which started in 2016. And he averages 90 miles per hour on his fastball, and he will walk batters. I believe he's had over 100 walks a couple of seasons consecutively so far.
Just out of curiosity.
I like the cheer song for Neftali Soto. It almost sounds like a chant.
Yeah, it's
Like
I don't know how to describe it, but I like it.
Oh, there's the wind picking up off Tokyo Bay. Gadzooks.
There's something foreboding about it. Almost.
I mean, you get that many people jumping at any point. Ah, yes, the cheer towels are a thing. You think that with all the merch that MLB tries to sell, they would eventually come over here and do that. Soto drilled to left field, but that one will find foul territory. Loud foul ball. I have 2 cheer towels myself. One for Gosuke Kato on the Fighters. And one for Ginji on the Eagles, who sadly retired because Ginji is my homeboy. Fujioka at first. Count is 1-2 on Neftali Soto. Slider inside. 2-2. It's also interesting to note that both of these pitchers have represented their country in international competition. Sasaki, of course, won gold with Japan at the World Baseball Classic. Kenta Uehara participated in the 28th Summer Universiade in 2015, when he was a member of Meiji University in the Tokyo Big Six League. And Tokyo Big Six is top competition. Like, amateur baseball predates the pro game by a solid decade or 2. Tokyo Big Six is actually the oldest league in Japan, as Neftali Soto strikes out. First K of the game for Uehara.
Number 22, Gregory Polanco.
There's the fastball. Soto just coming up short. I also caught this about Kenta Uehara. He occasionally plays outfield. I mean, he's no Shohei Ohtani, let's be real. Over 14 career at-bats, though, he's got a single, a double, and a home run, which is more than I would have. Probably more than you, too.
I'll say that's pretty decent. I'd put him out there more, see if he can keep working.
Well, I mean, the Fighters have, of course, a history with two-way guys. Kota Yazawa, who you remember from last season's game at Escon Field, Hokkaido, which started off the 2023 Midnight Matinee schedule. Polanco into right field. That's a loud one. That'll fall for a base hit. Monami's on it. Throw will be into second base. Fujioka goes first to third. Polanco with the second hit of the game. Runners at the corners with one out now. Yeah, Fujioka running on Manami? Let's think about this.
Just don't run on Manami. Honestly, unless you're Shuto for the Hawks, don't even try it.
looks like a beautiful day at the ballpark. And as I stare out here into the darkness of a Eastern time zone night, we're coming up on midnight Mountain time now, too. Uehara looks around. Keeping an eye on runners at first and third now. Double play gets him out of the inning. Anything else, though? Anything in the air? We may no longer be tied. Yamaguchi, 14 home runs last year. Not bad for the 24-year-old. On the ground, that could be two. Diving play by Mizuno, but it gets away from Hosokawa into the right field. The run will score. Yamaguchi is aboard. Score at an error on Mizuno, probably. Marines take the lead, 1-0.
And even had he turned that cleanly over to second base, I'm not sure if they make the throw down to first, because that was a very deep fielding by the shortstop there.
That may have saved the Polanco going first to third.
Oh, absolutely.
Hard hit by Yamaguchi. Excellent stop by Mizuno. Hosokawa, I think, was just not ready in time. Sasaki likes this post.
There's just something about Yamaguchi. He just has the ability to cash in a run. Seemingly out of nowhere, like a regular ground ball just gets an RBI. I remember in the postseason last year, he went down to one knee and ended up getting a sac fly off a not very, deep hit ball.
And there are some defensive talents on the bench for the Fighters. Daigo Kamikawabara, the aforementioned Gosuke Kato. So if Mizuno starts to flag a little bit more, there are opportunities to bring in other guys. Tamiya laying down some signs to deal with Yasan, Isunori Yasuda. Had that hard hit single to right in his first time up. That led to Polanco getting hosed by Manami. Hello, future me from the Top 20 Plays highlight reels. And yes, those are going to start up again. Runners at the corners again. Scores now 1-0 Chibalote. Polanco at third. And now the Marines faithful are really giving it to their crew. That's the chance theme. Another distinctly Japanese thing is Yasuda swings over a fastball. Count is 0-2. They will have specific songs for when runners are in scoring position. A scoring chance. Now, Jimbo, do you remember from the How to Speak Pacific League segments on the podcast, what is the Japanese term for a run batted in?
RBIU.
No.
I'm so sorry.
All right, Mike, you got this one.
Timely.
As in timely hit. Yeah.
See me after class, Jimbo.
See, I wish I remember when we did say that. I thought that was so interesting, and my brain, being a bad brain, forgot it.
Swing and a miss, strike three. Yasuda goes down on 3 straight pitches for the second out here in the bottom of the third.
Number 67,
Chatani flew out to Manami in his first at-bat last inning. Comes up here with runners in scoring position. Sorry, runner, singular. And we're just coming up to 2 o'clock Eastern right now. Pitch count? Who needs it? This is the Pacific League. We don't. Chatani looking for his first hit on the season. All right, so Mike, you know this better than me. What is a coolish? Chatani sends it to left center field. On the run is Stevenson. He makes it look easy for the third out of the inning.
That catch was coolish, if I do say.
Ha. Let's
I
be
believe
real.
it's like a frozen sports drink, like it's in like a tube.
Tube. 6 batters come to the plate here in the bottom of the third. And courtesy of an error from the shortstop Mizuno, the Marines hold a 1-0 lead through 3. Yeah, doing the scoreboard card thing is hard, man. Trying to keep on top of it as we're going through the game.
I remember as a kid going to a Phillies game, I got the scorecard, and I think I gave up after a couple of batters.
Well, I did pick this up from the Japanese Baseball Hall of Fame when I was there last October.
I'll have to get me one of them next month. Or two.
Listen to
or three.
the faithful... Oh, yeah, I got it from a vending machine, no less. Here's a
Perfect.
replay on the run-scoring
what?
play. Hosokawa just could not come up with that, and good on Polanco for continuing to run. Yeah, so in the main floor of the Japanese Baseball Hall of Fame, there is a vending machine where they sell things like cards, other memorabilia, and taking up 2 whole racks, like a double-sized section of the vending machine, is the scorebook.
How much was it?
I think it was 2,500 yen?
Oh, not bad.
Is that like $250 or $25?
Closer to 20 US dollars.
Okay. Huh.
The conversion isn't exactly 100 to 1 anymore.
And it's nicely bound, too.
That slider way outside. Count is 1-1. I'm interested to see if we're going to see Sasaki bust out that curveball that he's just barely gotten into his repertoire.
I feel like some of these
really nice.
sliders we've been seeing are those curveballs. Like, I think
They
that
don't-
was
They
a
don't have the
slider.
rainbow action that some of the slow curves in Japan have. I mean, we've seen Hiromi Ito bust out the ephus a few times, and some of the other pitchers have that ridiculous high arch and a speed around, highway speed. Count is 2-2. I gotta look up if Yuya Gunji has done any sort of infield work in the past. He's registered as a catcher. Hit on the ground towards first base. Foul by the time it reaches the bag, so Yasuda's just gonna send it to the memorabilia stand. Gunji, also a former Chunichi Dragon, along with Ariel Martinez. I believe the fighters acquired him via trade, if memory serves. And he hit pretty well in limited playtime last season. 55 games, batted .254 with 3 home runs and 19 RBIs. Reaches for that forkball. Spoils it. Ooh, off the knee pad from Sato. That's gonna sting for a little bit. Hey Jimbo, what's going on in the live chat? It's been a while since we checked in on him.
Oh, yeah, I was just seeing we had a lot of play-by-play commentary going on for the... big swing and a miss there. Let's pop over to the live chat and check this out.
Mike mentioning, yeah, like when I say he added it barely, he threw it less than 0.2% of the time. He leans on the fastball, he leans on the fork, and he throws the slider to surprise people. If
Main
you
thing
can
we've
learn
got going on
an
in
additional
the,
pitch, that's going to be fun.
We've got a lot of support for Coolish in the live chat. Everyone's saying it is absolutely delicious. And we have Devin Kinch checking in from Denver, Colorado. We continue to fill out our punch card of states. That would be a fun thing to try one day. See how many states we can get. We've got
that actually
decent
would be a lot of
consortium
fun
right now.
Also, dude from Denver, both of these teams could beat your ball club.
Whoa.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'm coming in hot with the spiciness.
that's mean.
Sorry. I'll try to delete it. 0-2 count on Fran Milreyes. Strikeout victim last time up, and he goes down again. This time swinging. Sato will throw down to Yasuda to complete the K.
Daniel Brim says kicking the Rockies when they're down. I think that would imply they were ever up, other than, what was it, the 2007 playoff run?
2007 Rocktober.
So you guys don't have states, right? What are they? Provinces?
Provinces and territories.
Territories.
That's true. Everyone forgets the territories.
And no, we don't know why so many Canadians follow NPB either. I think it has something to do with the fact we only have one ball club now.
And it's in a city no one likes.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Nobody, not even Torontonians like Toronto. Iwatani, the catcher, grounded out to third in his first at-bat tonight. 71st pitch of the game on the way from Sasaki. That one's going to be sent foul. How often does Sasaki throw that fastball anyway? Is it over 50%?
Last season, it was 50.51% of the time.
I mean, if you've got 100-mile-an-hour capabilities, might as well use it.
Surprise is not
That's
higher.
a beautiful slider for strike 2.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with Sasaki's slider today.
I wonder if he's gotten some off-season work done on it to make it a larger part of his arsenal. That was the one knock against him, that he was a 2-pitch guy. With a third pitch? Oh my.
Though interestingly enough, I noticed while the forkball's still moving crazy, he hasn't had a lot of control of it today. But that slider's been a lot more reliable.
A tight slider? Absolutely.
I feel like being a 2-pitch guy is not that bad when it's a 102 fastball and a 92 forkball. Like
You can live off those, but usually if you only have 2 pitches, one of those had better be a knuckleball, otherwise you're in trouble. You're more of a reliever type at that point. You run out of options on the mound. I mean, those of you in the chat who play out of the park baseball will know if that third pitch is like a rated 20 out of 20 or out of 80, change oof. Yeah, just stick him in the bullpen. 2-2 on the way from Sasaki. Fouled off Tamiya's leg. A little catcher-on-catcher violence there. I'm still bummed that NPB is no longer in out-of-the-park baseball. That's how I really got deep into the sport. Well, that and watching plenty of Pacific League TV and voicing the highlights, which you can watch too here on this very YouTube channel, as well as every game live as it happens on WatchDingo.com and games on tape delay, FDF Sports, 2 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday through Sundays. Tamiya putting up a good fight here.
And also, as we mentioned, other than Watch Dingo, there's the Pacific League TV service itself, which you can check out, and we have all the games all the time, and even old games.
Yes, you can reach back into the archive to see me sitting up the third base line in a Blue Jays jersey on August, I think 8th, 10th, 2013.
Not only that, you can also check out the farm team games, which don't only cover Pacific League, but also teams from the other league too, if you want to keep up with prospects from that league. Don't know why you do that, but you can.
There's farm games going on right now. Unfortunately, we do not have the rights to the brand new farm teams that got introduced just this season. Based in Shizuoka and Niigata. On the ground to short, Chatani. On to first. Clean inning. 1, 2, 3.
And as we transition over to the bottom of the fourth, as Gabe was mentioning with checking out all of our live games here, our upcoming live game, book it in your calendar, is April 21st, as we're going to have the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks host the Oryx Buffaloes at the Fukuoka PayPay Dome. And as some of you from listening to the podcast may know, that is Gabe's favorite team and my favorite team battling it out at one of the best stadiums in the Pacific League. So that'll be a very, very fun game to watch, and we hope to see you there.
Okay, this is cool. I was reading up on this. Whichever fan came to the ballpark from the furthest away will win prizes.
Oh, I should do that.
I would have this in the bag.
Yeah, that's someone coming from Hokkaido. So a Fighters fan
we would
lives
defeat
up
them
in...
so easily.
Oh yeah, we'd win so easily for sure. But I think we need to register with Marines ID or something.
I think I'm a fan club member.
I wonder who's further, me or Mike. I'm gonna look into it real quick.
I think it's you. Because
I think it is too, but you have to also take latitude into account.
That's true. On the
Ooh,
shores
it's
of
close.
Tokyo
Let's see.
Bay, everyone's favorite concrete donut.
The last time I was there for a giveaway, they were giving away a jersey, and for some reason, about 6 or 7 people gave me their giveaway jersey, so I have a large collection of the same Marines giveaway jersey.
You can make a pretty penny on that. Trust me.
By
I
pretty
keep-
penny,
I
he
keep
means an
trying-
actually shiny penny.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because pennies aren't in circulation anymore here in Canada.
I use the shiny ones on my scratch-offs.
Fourth inning of work for Kenta Uehara.
Fourth inning. That is our third baseman, Shogo Nakamura.
I mean, I keep trying to convince our bosses at Pacific League Marketing that we need to get some e-commerce going. So far, I think there's a language barrier.
Wow, Philadelphia is just a little bit further than Montreal is. Mike wins.
Ooh, dang.
That's about the only time Philadelphia wins anything.
Hey, was your team not in the World Series like 2 seasons ago?
Yeah, but they didn't win.
They won the National League, I mean.
Nakamura laced into right field, base hit. That's going to roll into the corner. Manami will play it on the rebound. There's that cannon fired, but Nakamura's too fast. He's standing at second with a leadoff double.
But still, I know I keep harping on it, but just the effortlessness with which he got that ball from the right field to second base. It looked like he wasn't even trying.
Second double hit by the Marines today. Beautifully curved. Masato Yoshii likes this post. This is Yoshi's second season as manager, right, Mike?
Yeah, second season, and so far, I'd say I'm a big fan of him.
And the manager before him, not only a former Marine, but a former major leaguer, Tadahito Iguchi. Is Iguchi still involved in the club in any way?
As far as I know, he's currently just enjoying retirement.
Good on him.
I believe he's also a 2-time or 3-time World Series winner as well.
That's right, with the White Sox in 05, and is it with the Phillies in 08?
Phillies in 08.
Look at me knowing my trivia. Nakamura's standing at second. Uehara deals. Another line drive into right field. That one's going to fall for a base hit. They're waving Nakamura. The throw will be cut off, and Nakamura holds up 2. Oh, that could have been a 9-3 putout if they weren't careful. Yikes. Sato with another hard hit ball to right field. That is just some laser beams off Toshio Sato's bat. Manami's like, yeah, you learned your lesson. We're seeing a few more mixed descent baseball players coming into NPB lately. The aforementioned Manami Yumamune, the third baseman for the Buffaloes. Itua Ikine for the Hawks, who I called for Rookie of the Year, if memory serves, on the most recent podcast. And one guy on the Eagles who had like a multi-barreled name. I can't remember it right now. But it's nice to see. I mean, we can't talk about mixed descent players without mentioning Sachio Kinugasa, Japan's Iron Man. How many games in a row was it? 2,800?
Off the top of my head, I'm not certain, but Tetsujin, they called him as a reference to the Japanese Iron Man anime. No relation to the Marvel comic.
Or the Iron Chefs.
That too.
Speaking of famous Japanese Tetsujins. Runners at the corners. Nobody out. Koshiro Wada will send this skyward to left. Stevenson's going to park under it. Tagging is Nakamura. The throw will be cut off. A relayed, not in time. Sacrifice fly for Koshiro Wada.
Just good old fundamental baseball.
I'm not sure if Sato tagged up on that. 2 fly ball outs for Wada today. This one, productive. And I've mentioned before how that defensive outfield for the Marines, or for the Fighters, is maybe the best in Japan. Stevenson, Matsumoto, Manami, Isobata as well lurking on the bench. A lot of talent in that outfield once they added Stevenson from the majors. Quick check-in on Sato. Courtesy check more than anything. How many stolen bases does Sato have? Let me look. In the dirt with a curveball. 1-0. Okay, credit where credit is due. Sato actually has 8 career stolen bases. None of them were last year. Runner at first with 1 out. Marines up by 2.
The fans are starting to sound especially excited.
That one will be sent towards the foul territory. Stevenson charging. Like the cicadas in summer, the foul ball whistles are a distinctive part of Japanese baseball. I often to wonder if you're in the Marines Owen Don, if your hands ever get tired.
Oh, they must have such tough hands. And vocal cords.
No soft hands in the Lotte Owen Don. Cutter inside. 2-1 the count. Sasaki looks on. He's not throwing yet. But again, there's that dedication to the craft. Uehara deals. Sent skyward to center field. Matsumoto and Manami are going to argue over who gets it. Manami has it for the second out. Soto 0 for 2 with a strikeout today. I think, Mike, you were mentioning that he had a home run taken away from him by the winds off Tokyo Bay yesterday.
Yeah, he hit a ball like right off the bat. He thought it was gone, and you could just watch it as the cameras followed it. It just right as it gets to the warning track.
Never mind. Sato's going to lift this one to left for a base hit. Sato will stand at second. Soto with his first hit of the day.
Yeah, right as it gets to the warning track, you can just kind of see it just hit an invisible wall and then just fall down and bounce off the fence.
I was about to say, speaking of that, Gregory Polanco, the king of that last season.
40 home runs in any other stadium.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, they did actually adjust the fences at Zozoma at one point in the last decade, I think.
I think so. I think they added more seating, if I recall, or it was some sort of renovation.
I mean, there's rumors swirling about whether or not Zozo Marine is going to get renovated or replaced, and I think they settled on renovated. Polanco 2 for 2 today with a infield single and a line drive. Aside from that infield single, all the hits have been stinging liners to the outfield. Not counting Mizuno's miscue that allowed the first run to score. Now, if you are going to be going to a game in Japan, if you're not decided on a team yet, stick to the infield. Outfield seats are entirely for the cheering section, and if you're not careful, you could be seated in the wrong team's section. In the Pacific League alone, if you're going to the Eagles or the Lions games, the home fans have the opposite field from everywhere else in the league. Home fans have left as opposed to right. Gregory Polanco hasn't seen much action in left field so far. Sasaki, of course, racking up the strikeouts. That's lined. Ooh, beautiful play there by Ariel Martinez for the final out of the inning. Unassisted to to first base. But the Marines tack on another. Kyoshiro Wada's sac fly makes it 2-0 Chibolote.
4月27日から29日はゴールデンウィーク
No, a short ad break.
を開催。大人も子供も楽しめる3日間です。
Golden Week. Always dangerous to try and do anything around then.
Polanco looks so happy in that hat. Oh, someone with the Padres hat.
Yuki Matsui fan, perhaps? You Darvish?
I was thinking Matsui, but yeah, it might be Darvish, actually. Little recap here, where we're seeing the error that led to the Marines' runs. And then the aforementioned sac fly. It's gotten us where we are here at the top of the fifth with the Marines up 2-0. As we are due to have, I believe, the bottom half of the fighters' order coming up here. As Roki Sasaki takes the mound again. 78 pitches through 4 innings. Not the most efficient use of his time, but he has kept the runs down and picked up a couple strikeouts, and probably most importantly, made his way out of that very rough bases-loaded situation in the third.
As I believe Gabe alluded to earlier with how they take care of Sasaki's arm, normally with Japanese pitchers, you do see them go well over 100 pitches during a game, and they'll go deep into the game. Sasaki tends to get more of that Western MLB style treatment, where he's going in the 5th. Maybe he comes out in the 6th.
The first pitch is a fastball right down the middle for strike number 1. As we have Tatsuki Mizuno coming up to the plate here. 2 for 8 so far in the season. And the pitch is grounded over to... gets through the second baseman and over to right field as Tatsuki gets on base to lead off the inning.
Like I was saying earlier with Sasaki, you have to get on him really early in the at-bat and do not let him get ahead. And then by doing that, you're able to disrupt his rhythm, for lack of a better term, and it always seems to fluster him.
Shinjo hoping for more success from his offense, which has been again, outside of that third inning, a little bit anemic so far. But what are you going to do against Sasaki? Is Ryohei Hosokawa comes to the plate. You see there, he's holding the bat very choking up on it a lot. I like a hitter that does that. Really focusing on contact there. As the first pitch is a breaking ball outside for ball 1. Sasaki from the stretch. Fastball right down the middle as Ryohara misses it for strike number 1.
In the chat, Joshua Pac-Man with some beliefs I can get behind.
Ryohara really choking up on that as the 1-1 delivery comes. Breaking ball outside and low for ball number 2.
So I sense that you're a big fan of the contact hitters, right?
Absolutely. I'm a big fan of power hitters, too. I like hitting. I also like power pitchers, and I like breaking ball pitchers.
If you can't pick Ichiro or, what's his name?
Ooh, big swing and a miss there for strike number 2. Yeah, Sasaki's getting up there with a 154 on the fastball. The ease of his delivery. Like I said earlier, I'm in love with his mechanics.
Okay, no Ichiro or Tony Gwynn. Who is your favorite contact hitter? Who just comes to mind?
Joe Mauer.
Nice.
2-2 on the way as Ryohara pops it up to the foul territory as Yamaguchi is not going to make it. Oh, yesterday, I mean. My apologies. You never know where Yamaguchi's lined up. It's always worth a shot in the dark to see if he's at first. And that'll keep
we
the
got
count
a
at
viewer
2
from
and 2.
Hawaii. You guys have the best time zone for watching NPB.
Hawaii. Wow, yeah, I bet.
They get,
I think Hawaii's
like
got a
8
lot of the
o'clock.
best everything.
I like their time zone because you wake up and all the mainland politics and news is done for the day. You just go about your day. Who cares?
Tight.
That's the mainland's issue.
2-2 pitch on the way here. As that is a Fastball, I don't know if that was low or inside because that looked pretty gosh darn good to me. Like, I guess like a millimeter low. All right. Full count coming up here. Runner on first with none away, top of the fifth. As Rivera manages to foul it off, staying alive. Sasaki looking for the strikeout here as Rivera pops it out to deep right field, and that will get down for a hit as Yamaguchi throws it over to second base, and the runner gets all the way over to third. Another frustrating at-bat for Roki Sasaki as he finds himself in what looks like to be another jam developing, as we saw earlier in the third inning. As I think we're going to have a little congress here with the pitching staff, or coach, I should say. Oh, and they might be pulling him either now or it looks like we might be coming up on that next inning, judging by the phone use there. You see that was a really cleanly hit ball right out to right field. And Yamaguchi doesn't have that Shusei Manami arm to make runners think twice about running like that. So Andrew Stevenson coming up to bat. As we saw, he picked up his first hit last time around. We'll be looking to replicate that and bring home the runner, but a sac fly will also bring home the run, as we have a very tricky situation for the pitcher here with no outs and a man on first, so even a double play could still score. As he chops it over to second base, they flip it over to short, down to first for the double play as the runner will score. That brings our tie here in the top of the first inning to 2-1 for the Marines over the Fighters. Andrew Stevenson definitely understanding the assignment. Just make some contact, get the ball on the ground. Even if you get 2 outs, that 1 run is definitely more valuable. Can't tell if that was joy or exasperation from Shinja.
Yeah,
it was a reaction.
I don't know if he was happy about the RBI or mad at the ground out.
As there's breaking ball high and inside for ball 1, as Go Matsumoto Go, the center fielder, comes up to bat. Definitely one of my favorite names in the Pacific League. An excellent defensive player. And I believe he won the batting title a few years ago as he bloops it out to center field, and that will land outside the outstretched gloves of Fujinami, as Go Matsumoto will definitely be making his way over to second base. Thought about third, but doesn't have the wheels to get quite there. As Sasaki not looking as sharp as we're used to here. Seems like the Fighters have started to figure out something. As we'll see here, it's just right away, perfect swing.
I think with Sasaki, since he is normally so dominant and controls the at-bat, when he does run into trouble, I think he doesn't really think or understand how exactly he can get out of it, and I think he begins to overthink all of his pitches at that point.
Well, I think he just relies a bit too much at that point on the fastball. But that wasn't the situation. That wasn't the situation. Well, I mean, okay, he did throw the fastball there, but I'm not sure that was the problem.
It's a situation, and that's all we got.
As Shusei Manami comes up to the plate, takes a big swing and a miss on the breaking ball to the outside. 0-1. Now, does Shusei Manami have a smaller bat than everyone else? Or is he just so big it looks that way? But it looks tiny.
I think he just might be huge, honestly. Now that we've said that, he's going to hit a 2-run blast here with the tiny bat.
1-1 on the way, as I really thought that was about to happen, as he takes a big hack for a foul ball. 1-2 delivery coming up here. As Sasaki gets that forkball to get Manami having a big swing and a miss. Strikeout brings an end to the inning as Roki Sasaki makes his way a bit out of the jam, only giving up 1 run. As we head over to the bottom of the 5th, Marines are still up 2-1 over the Fighters. So while I have a little break here as the Marines get ready to take their at-bat, what do we have going on in the chat right now?
Let's see. Douglas Harvey II in the chat says, well, Fighters fans, we aren't shut out at least. So always thinking positively. Jason Fain says, NPB seems to be leaning a lot closer to MLB. The defensive field play seems more disciplined and pitching is amazing. I agree, the pitching has gotten so good that I think it was last year the home run count was down. And I didn't know, was it something with the ball or is the pitching just that good on all
I think
teams?
it's just the pitching, honestly.
It was like every team just has... They're just pulling aces out of nowhere. Especially, you know, like Oryx.
And it's not for a lack of trying with hitters. I mean, every team, at least every team has at least like 2 or 3 really, really good hitters. But it's just not coming together because every team's got like 5 good pitchers now.
They're just growing them in a lab.
Actually, I think while we've got this little interlude, I'm going to go take a look at what we have going on in our other games. Mainly because I really hoping the Hawks are up on the Fighters. Not the Fighters, the Buffaloes.
Well, I got some bad news about that one.
Oh, no, yes! Hawks are up. So, for anyone else paying attention to the other games, the SoftBank Hawks are up 4-1 over the Oryx Buffaloes in the top of the 8th inning, while the Lions and Eagles are still deadlocked at 3 apiece, top of the 8th as well.
In the chat, Brendan McFall, they actually... the last NPB versus MLB All-Star game was in 2019. I believe big names from MLB participated in that, I believe. Reese Hoskins, JT Realmuto, Juan Soto.
We have
a lot of big names in that one.
Here is Toshihiro Segura. Segura? Tom Segura? Sorry. Is coming onto the plate, or the rubber as it were, the mound. First game of the season. I'm still getting used to it. As we see some replays here, as Koki Yamaguchi comes to the plate. You've said it and I've alluded to it too. Mr. Clutch just seems to find a way to get it done in clutch moments, though no one's on base, so maybe he won't have as much luck here. As the first pitch is low and outside for ball number 1. But I love Yamaguchi's stance. I love that very bat out, kind of ready to go, kind of sword stance. As Segura gets the ball low and outside for strike number 1. And big swing and miss there by Yamaguchi brings the count to 1-2.
As I've said before on the podcast, I firmly believe that if a fastball was heading directly towards his face, but there was a run, but the bases were loaded, I don't think he'd get out of the way.
No, absolutely not. In fact, he might hit a home run. He might just twist himself around and get it. As we have a forkball low and inside for ball number 2. 2-2 delivery on the way as Yamaguchi takes a big hack at it, going off into foul territory on the right. Foul ball. Seems the energy's died down just a little bit here at Zozo Marine Stadium. Of course, as I say that, everyone starts cheering. 2-2 delivery once again on the way as Yamaguchi takes another big swing and a foul ball once again.
They're having that Kieran draft day. Maybe everyone's just focused on getting their next glass from the beer girls.
Everyone's like 3 beers deep now.
It was buy one, get one. What do you want me to do?
Something about craft beer for me personally, while I enjoy the taste, as that Okay, ball inside for ball number 3. Well, I can like the taste. They make me very sleepy, so I've stopped drinking them because I would just kind of go to sleepy land after one at a party.
Isn't that just alcohol in general?
No, I mean, 'cause I can drink a bunch of strong beers all night long. That's fine.
Oh.
As the final pitch is a high and outside fastball for strike number 3. Yamaguchi can't believe it. Falls to his knees. Seems to chirp a little bit at the ump. I'm not sure about that. That's pretty rare. So you see that fastball. No, that looked pretty good to me. As Yamaguchi, oh yeah, pained expression for his first strikeout of the night. Also Segura's first strikeout of the night. And his first pitch of the new at-bat, breaking ball low and inside for ball number 1. As I believe we have first baseman Hisanori Yasuda coming up to the plate. 1-0 delivery on the way as it's low and the outside for ball number 2. Two-0 delivery on the way. As he chops that over to the third base, collected very easily by the third baseman, flipped over to first for the second out of the inning. Segura making pretty decent work of the Marines lineup so far. I mean, the Koki Yamaguchi of that did go on probably a couple pitches too long, but he is taking care of business.
And working overtime.
Third batter of the inning coming up here. Segura as the windup and the pitch. Fastball right down the middle for strike number 1. As shortstop Kenta Chitani looking for his first hit of the season. 0-5 so far in the very early goings of this season. The 0-1 delivery is on the way. A fastball just outside and low and away for ball number 1, I should say. My apologies. One delivery coming up, and it is chopped just down the line, but foul. So we've seen so far here through these first 3 batters, Segura has a decent mix of pitches. The nice fastball, decent breaking ball, and a fork ball, it seems. 1-2 delivery on the way. And it is lined down the right field line for a base hit. But it's definitely going to stop there as Minami gets ready once again to throw. Minami's been seeing a lot of action today. It seems every ball is going out to right, as the Marines hitters are seeming to be doing a lot of slap hitting. Just down the line here. Congratulations on picking up your first hit of the season, Kenta. Hopefully there's many more to come. As we have stepping up to the plate with 2 out and a man on first, former captain Shogo Nakamura. And so there's a fastball right down the middle. So 1-0 delivery on the way here. As the pitch goes, fastball right down the middle for strike number 1.
Count is 1-1. 2 down here. Marines up 2-1. Shogo Nakamura now at the plate. Fastball low for strike 2. Oh, that is some noise coming from the outfield. Nakamura definitely has his fans here in Chiba. It's hard to win Golden Gloves when you're in the same league as Shuta Tonosaki, but Nakamura's won his fair share over the last few seasons. I think after this inning, that's going to be a dance competition. I will not invite people sitting at home to join because I don't think you'll be able to win. Your webcam is not on, nobody will be looking. But the fans in the stands will be able to shake and shimmy and possibly win some prizes.
They're just giving away everything tonight.
I mean, it is opening weekend in Japan, let's not forget. Nakamura skies this into the expensive seats. I gotta look up who's the new captain on the Marines then, if it's not Shogo.
I think I don't think they named one for this season.
It is a distinctly Japanese thing these days to have the captain's C on a jersey. Almost every team in NPB has one. Compared to the majors, where I think only Salvi Perez on the Royals has one. Fastball in, count is full.
I believe Aaron Judge is also the Yankees captain, or at least I believe he is. Last year they gave it to him. The Marines didn't have a captain for a number of years. I believe Iguchi did away with it when he became manager, but he brought it back and gave it to Nakamura.
I think it's a nice touch. Also, the Eagles have a really cool Captain's C logo for their jerseys. Nakamura sends this to deep right field. Manami gives it a look. That'll end the bottom of the fifth. Fighters get on the board. Marines can't respond. Through 5, it's 2-1. Chiba Lotte versus Hokkaido Nippon Ham. DJ Paymaster J, that's an interesting name. I think I saw from friend of the show, Steve Novosel at Love Love Marines on Twitter, that it's quite nice in Chiba right now, like mid-20s. Yeah, 24 degrees. Oh, someone rocking the old Nippon Ham road jersey. Nice touch.
Now, in freedom units, that is 75 degrees Fahrenheit, which is melting. That's too hot for me.
Koyomi Matic noticing the filter on the fans here.
So what are the qualifications to win?
I don't know.
Okay, so 2016 with that air horn.
I gotta love the mixed languages that we're getting here.
Yes, Koyomi Matic.
While the fans are shaking what their parents gave them, let's check in on the out-of-town scoreboard update. Still tied 3-3 in the bottom of the 8th at Rakuten Mobile Park Miyagi between the Eagles and the Lions. And over at Kyocera Dome, bottom of the 8th, runner at second, Buffalo's only down 4-2.
Was there like a poll? Was there like a panel of judges? I really want to know. Yes, say
I don't know,
Shark. I
some
remember the
distributed wings from
orgs.
someone in the like the Lady of the Lake. There's a Monty Python reference there that I just completely botched. Anyways, for those of you just joining us, where have you been? Hiroki Sasaki on the bump today. This is a quick mid-game highlight reel. Ariel Martinez grounds out to Shogo Nakamura to end the top of the first. Erasing the base runner. We skip ahead to the third. Runners at second, or bases are loaded with one out. Sasaki needs to bear down, gets Manami to strike out. Chusei, no, he got beat, and gets Ariel Martinez to fly out to shortstop. Kenta Chatani making the squeeze to end the top of the third. Kenta Uehara, the starter for the Hokkaido Nipponham Fighters, dealing with runners at corners in the bottom of the third. Shortstop Tatsuki Mizuno makes a great diving play, but biffs the throw and allows a run to score to open the scoring in the bottom of the third. To the fourth we go. Runners at the corners again for the Marines. Koshiro Wada lofting this to left. Andrew Stevenson will collect it, but the throw will be cut off and late, giving the Marines the critical insurance run. Top of the fifth, with the Genghis Khan chants theme blaring, Andrew Stevenson on the ground. That is a 4-6-3 double play. Run scores, but no RBI credited to Stevenson because of it. Manami, strikeout victim again. He's 1 for 3 today with 2 Ks. 9 hits for the Marines, 6 for the Fighters. And we're still moving along at a decent clip. New pitcher into the game for the Marines. That'll close the book on Hiroki Sasaki. It is Keisuke Sawada. We saw him last midnight matinee as well, earning the save in that game. Last season, 1.08 ERA out of the bullpen. In preseason, 4 appearances, no earned runs. Sawada, a former Oryx Buffalo, joined the Chiba Lotte Marines last season and was immediately effective in the new gig. Out of play behind the backstop. Expect a fastball, cutter, changeup, and splitter from Sawada. The splitter's a relatively new pitch. He only picked it up after joining the Marines. 1-2 on the way to Martinez. Sent deep to left field. Polanco's finally going to get some action in this game. And he makes the out. So for those of you keeping track at home, Sasaki goes 5 innings, Uehara 4. I don't think he got any at 160 pitches, so whoever gets 0 for the lottery, 1, pessimistic, 2, good guess.
And what was the prize for that lottery again?
A 16,000 yen Keisei Group gift card. Loudly hit to deep left center field. Back at the track. And leaping grab by Koshin Owada to take away extra bases. Let's take another look at that. The Owendon is loving it. Right into the Kakuta sign. Leaping grab. Hello, future me in the top 20 play highlight reels. Sawada definitely appreciates it too. Franmil Reyes now. 2 strikeouts so far on the day, but both of those were against Roki Sasaki. Now up against Keisuke Sawada. Interesting question. 1-0 on the way. Reyes lofted to deep right field. Yamaguchi into the corner. It's foul and out of his grip. Man, those gaps in the outfield wall look like they could be painful. Here's a better look at it. Ooh, sorry, man. You don't get on the highlight reel for almosts. Franmil getting another shot here. 1-1 on the way. Bases empty, 2 down. Sawada. Popped up. Sato's going to give it a look. That is behind the backstop. Now, Mike, Sawada has that hanging leg kick that I feel is that hesitation. I mean, I know Marcus Stroman is famous for it in the majors, but there has to be. I feel like that's more of a Japanese thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say so. I've always noticed that. I don't know exactly where it comes from. I'm sure if you go way back into the history of pitching Japan, you can probably find wherever it comes from. But it's something that I, do like seeing. It is kind of cool that how it hangs there. Kenta Maeda had that, I believe.
Oh, but the all-time king of the delayed hanging leg kick was Dan Herron back in the mid to late aughts for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He would just stand there for like a hard second before throwing.
Something pitch clock. No, we're never gonna bring it back. Not here in Japan. Forkball, that's sinking low.
Gonna check chat. If anyone else remembers Dan Herron, and that would take him like 5 seconds to deliver the ball.
I mean, Dan Herron's pretty active on social media. Can we get him in?
Who's that guy currently that rocks back and forth on one leg? He's in MLB currently.
It's not Johnny Cueto, is it?
Johnny Cueto had a bit of that, but no, isn't there somebody for the Yankees who does like a real lean and rock kind of thing?
That was
It's like a
Marcus
rock the
Stroman.
baby thing. I don't think it's Stroman.
Oh. You could look it up. We've got these incredible things called computers. In fact, we're using them.
Who's the guy who leans when he pitches?
Yeah, I was about to say. Let me figure out how to Google this.
Oh, Nestor
Franmil
Cortez.
Reyes pops this up. That one looks like it's not going to leave the infield. Bit of an argument over who's going to get it. It will be Fujioka. A clean sheet in the 6th. Fighters 1, Marines 2.
Thank you, everybody in the chat. You are better than I am.
Yeah, my issue with MLB related things now is I just spend so much more time watching NPB. I don't have the time for MLB.
Oh no.
Oh jeez.
You remember the freeze? Say hello to Dashman. That's some real Super Sentai nonsense we got going on here. Speaking of which, I looked this up. Today's starting pitcher, Roki Sasaki, was named after a Super Sentai villain by his parents.
That's really nerdy.
Yeah.
Do we know which season of Sentai it was?
Gao Ranger.
Oh, cool. I'm a Jetman guy myself.
That'd be like my dad naming me Harkonnen, because my dad's a big Dune nerd.
Lisan Al Gaib.
Oh, that would be pretty sick, actually.
Oh, Dashman giving a wave. Oh dear.
Ooh,
Oh, he's just stunting on him.
Oh, that was brutal.
Just emoted on him.
I
Yeah,
miss
now
the
you got me
fish.
wishing my name was Jimbo Muad'Dib Bernanke.
I miss the fish too.
Okay, you are now Jimbo Muad'Dib.
The fish was the greatest mascot of all time in any sport for anything ever. For those of you who don't know this, look up Chiba Lodi Marine's fish mascot and tell me that
Mysterious
isn't the
fish.
best thing you've ever seen.
My favorite thing is when he's in baggage claim, waiting for his body to come out, and then he looks at it and does a double take, like, "Oh, is that mine?"
Got it. As we're creeping towards midnight on the West Coast, 3 a.m. here Eastern, we still got 125 of y'all watching, so thank you for staying up late and wrecking your sleep schedule with us.
I love Kiyomimatic's suggestion where if Dashman hits the gritty on somebody, that would be the greatest thing in the sports history.
It is bottom of the ninth at Rakuten Mobile Park, Miyagi. Chance for the Eagles to walk it off after giving up 3 runs to begin the game. They traded 3s in the third. They've gone silent since. You know, we were joking on the podcast. Like, someone's got to score the runs for the poor Lions, and even when they score 3, they can't get ahead.
Well, I mean, giving up 3 is a uncharacteristic day for the Lions staff, to be fair.
Yeah, no kidding. You're in the bottom of the 6th. It is Ryusei Kawano.
You want to talk about
pitcher.
a leg kick?
Not much of a speedster in terms of fastball, but you can expect a slurry of off speed. Curveball, slider, cutter, 2-seam changeups. The cutter is his primary off speed. That curveball can drop in, and it's highway speed. Big separation in terms of velo. Now that's very almost Carter Capsian in terms of, call it a balk? Maybe? Toshiya Sato, 2 for 2 today. Single and a double, both stinging line drives. Kawano deals. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
There was actually a balk called the other day in NPB and other league.
Please do not do a balk.
Don't see him very often.
Here's a replay of the first true RBI of the day. Yoshida Wada scoring the runs and taking them away. Eventful day for the youngster. Still looking for his first hit of the season. Tamiya sets up low and away. Kawano will induce a pop-up. Hosokawa's going to give it a look. That is a long run for him. He makes the play, 2 down. Back to the top of the order, Yudai Fujioka.
Baseman number 7, Yudai Fujioka.
Ground out to the pitcher, walk and run scored, and a fly ball to right. Tamiya lays down the signs. Mike, you got any additional scouting report on Kawano?
I'm looking into it, just trying to find which chart belongs to him. It's a process.
One thing I found, he was a contested first-round draft pick in the same draft year as Roki Sasaki. It was between the Buffaloes and the Fighters. Fighters won the rights.
Was that after Sasaki was off the board, or was he the... Oh, okay.
It was the... because the Fighters tried for Sasaki, they lost. So the Buffaloes and the Fighters both win the second part of the first round. Tried to get Kawano. Called strike 2, cutter. I know some cheering sections rely on plastic bats or noisemakers. The Marines are not that cheering section. Fujioka, diving play by Stevenson! Hello, sir. Welcome to Japan.
What a catch. My goodness.
Squeeze me! Best defensive outfield in NPB. I told you so! And that'll take us to the Fighters' Lucky 7. Sing along with the Fighters' hymn if you know the words. Distinctly Japanese. The opposing fans get their cheer song played in the stadium. Like imagine OK Blue Jays being played at Fenway or Yankee Stadium. You'd have seismic amounts of booing. Here's a replay of that incredible Andrew Stevenson catch. Full extension. Takes to the air, taking away extra bases. How's that for some turf burn? Some defensive gems so far today. New pitcher into the game, Takahiro Nishimura. 30-year-old, former fighter himself, joined the Chiba Lotte Marines in 2023. And last season was one of his best. 1.25 ERA over 44 appearances, 43 1/3 innings pitched. Only 28 hits, 2 of them home runs, over those 43-plus innings. I think we may sleep on this Marines bullpen, honestly. I think we talk about it a little bit in the podcast, but they are underrated, I think.
I would be inclined to agree with you. I don't really see many games where, I mean, if the bullpen gives up a run for the other team to take the lead, they don't give up too many. It's usually limited to 1.
Tamiya, first pitch swinging. Polanco and Chatani into foul territory. It's Chatani making the grab. You have to wonder if Polanco will be getting a chance to take a seat after his next at-bat. They got Hiromi Oka on the bench after all. There's Kenta Uehara. And today's results. 4 innings pitched, only the 1 earned run. Mizuno's error saves him from having tagged with 2. He is unfortunately on the hook for the loss at the moment. Marines by 1 here on the top of the 7th. Fastball from Nishimura is in. Tatsuki Mizuno had that error earlier in the game. Chopped foul and out of play. With the fighters, Nishimura racked up a save, 26 holds, and 207 strikeouts. Very interesting warm-up. The tap, the reach back. Slider, cutter, splitter, primarily. There's that splitter going to work.
What's the difference between a splitter and a fork?
How wide your fingers are.
Fair enough. You also can't eat soup with a splitter.
Watch me.
My fingers are hurting.
It burns.
So I know we've talked around Tatsuki Mizuno, but we haven't really mentioned much of his work. 3rd round draft pick from the 2022 draft, 23 years old. This is his 3rd pro season. First one where he's really getting a chance to play on a day-to-day basis. He only appeared in 31 games last season. As the count goes to 2-2. Masato Yoshii looking on. His team's going for the series win here.
And to invent my own little Yogi Bearism here, if you win more series than you lose, you probably had a winning season.
Ooh, inside.
Way inside.
Unfortunately, Galator, there is not a channel that covers the other league, mostly because they do not have centralized media rights like the Pacific League does.
But that's all the more reason you should stick with us.
Absolutely. We're the easiest league to follow. We're the best league to follow. Visit pacificleague.com for more. Mizuno spoils this one.
A hyper defensive swing there. Almost like a cricket swing.
I still can't believe we get to do this. This is our 3rd season doing live streams here on YouTube. And I have to thank all the people who believe in us and who allow us to be goofy on YouTube. Highly unprofessional, of course. Mizuno over the head of Chatani and into left field. Polanco has it. That'll keep him to a single.
You know, not only a big thank you to our production team who helped work with us here, but big ups to the production team on the field. I've noticed this season the production values seem a lot nicer. Like, we're getting some really good camera shots, really quality, like, cinematography almost going on the games, and it's just what helps make the Pacific League such a great product to watch.
I'm just shocked it's been 3 years already.
I know, right?
So I remember that screen test, let's call it.
Yeah, I mean, there was the game on the Taiwanese channel because we couldn't get the geo-block set up on time for ours. Oh, and it's sack bunt time.
Woo!
Ryohei Hosokawa has telegraphed his move. Stevenson looking on. He's had an eventful day.
I feel like this is the equivalent to calling your shot, just showing bunt immediately.
Shogo
I would love to
Nakamura
go
already-
back in time and change history that Babe Ruth called the bunt.
Shogo Nakamura choking up at 3rd base. He already biffed a bunt earlier today that allowed Stevenson aboard. No runs scored from that opportunity, though. Yeah, Jason, that's a very important correction to make. I don't think there's anyone who is both a Tigers and a Giants fan. I'm pretty sure that person would just explode in spontaneous combustion. Hosokawa squaring to bunt. That's fouled off again. Well, that's a loud clang. See the splitter grip there. If memory serves, splitters are held very much like a fastball, whereas a forkball, the ball's choked even further between the fingers to exert more downforce on it. But you don't have to take my word for it. You could look it up.
Just try it yourself. Report your results.
You say that, but I'm actually holding a baseball right now. Just kind of like, huh? Can I do it? My fingers hurt.
Check in at first. No budging there. Roberto Osuna's on the bump for the Hawks over in at Kyocera Dome. Hawks lead 5-2 in the bottom of the ninth.
Well, that should be over then.
Sung Cha Hao on the mound for the Eagles. That game's now in the top of the 10th. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
What that is? Strikeout.
Hosokawa K's for the second out of the inning.
And as you were mentioning that it is our third season doing this, if you'd like to continue with us, please join us in a couple weeks when we'll be having our next game on April 21st as the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks will take on the defending Pacific League champion Oryx Buffaloes. And that should be coming up in about 3 weeks' time, right on the dot. And we hope to see you there. It will be another midnight or 1 a.m.-ish start.
Yeah,
And more details
exactly
to come.
midnight Eastern.
There we go. Perfect.
Stevenson, an exciting 1 for 3 today. Fly out, bunt single, grounds into a double play.
Then chop that foul into his own head, from what it looked like.
My sport goggles. Far be it from me to tease anyone about eyewear choices. But it's interesting to note he does not wear those in the field. Stevenson ready. Ishimura is set. Ooh, good breaking ball. Change up in for strike 2. That score is final. Hawks win the series against the Buffaloes 5-2 and win the series 2-1. So a bit of a wet start for the season for the Oryx Buffaloes, but it is a long season. 143 games. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Sato's been busy blocking the plate. So credit to the Marines bullpen. Back-to-back zeros. That's going to send us to the home Lucky 7. Sing along if you know the words, "We love, love Marines."
And now, Chiba of the Marines, Lucky 7. さあ、ここからマリーンズラッキー7。みんなで
Version of We Love Marines is actually available on Spotify. I have it in one of my playlists. I know it's polarizing because they redid it for the first time ever, I think. Because the previous version was, of course, 90s synthy cheese. But people like the 90s synthy cheese.
Yeah, the moment you said 90 synthy cheese, I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna go find that later. That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, I enjoyed the old song a lot better.
And as our boat sinks in the west and the sun skips over the horizon, we're moving along at a pretty good clip here. We might actually be able to be finished before the sun rises. I continue to be frustrated by the fact that the Chibolote Marines never have 1 p.m. Japan time starts on the weekend. They had one this year, and it didn't fit into our schedule. They had 0 last season.
Chibolote Marines lucky seven. Batting designated hitter, Neftali Soto.
Patrick Murphy coming to the mound here.
This is, if I'm not mistaken, his first season in Japan.
The big reach back wind-up delivery. Oh, Murphy, former Toronto Blue Jay.
Blue Jay system for 7 seasons, then the Nationals for a couple. Twins last year. This is indeed his first season with the Hokkaido Nipponham Fighters. He's appeared in 1 game so far, putting up a scoreless inning 2 days ago. I mean, no sense in letting bullpen arms go to waste or sit on the bench. Monday is an off day. Monday's an off day pretty much every single week in Japan. Another little scheduling quirk that I adore. It's only like around holidays that you'll see Monday starts. One, two to Soto, high fastball. 2-2 the count. Curveball floated in. Fouled off. All right, level with me. The fact that the Fighters rebranded and changed their jerseys up. Now that we're a few seasons in, are they still as polarizing as people thought? I still like them.
I like them.
I love them. I think the script and the font on the numbers is excellent.
I do miss that 2010s jersey with like the blue and the shoulders that weren't really symmetrical.
Yeah, the
That
asymmetrical
Otani-era
jersey
jersey.
is definitely a thing that the Fighters have a lock on. Saw some Puerto Rico flags in the Owen Don for Soto. Nice touch. I did not realize that Neftali Soto actually played a substantial amount of his career in the majors. Former Reds prospect, and with the White Sox and the Nationals. Up the middle. Mizuno is not going to be able to get this one. Soto with a single. A rarity, an actual ground ball single. That's the first hit not in the air since Gregory Polanco's infield single back in the first.
And Soto's been pulled out here for a pinch runner, so that should be the end of his night. But as you see here, perfectly, you basically can't hit a ball better than that other than the home run. Just super
Back through the
clean,
box.
right down the middle.
So 2 for 4 day for Neftali Soto.
He was such a good signing for the Marines. He provides so much depth and protection in that lineup that they didn't have last year.
Can play first, even do a little bit of second base in a pinch. Ryusei Ogawa standing in at first, leadoff man aboard for Gregory Polanco.
And you know, as you were mentioning, this might be Polanco's last at-bat of the evening, and will probably be the put an end to his defensive duties too. I think he's going for a big swing here. I think he's going to try to hit a home run.
Goes around on that fastball. Count is 1-1. I always wonder if in foreign batter versus foreign pitcher matchups, who has the advantage, considering this is very much like a major league quality at bat.
I would imagine whoever's been there long are probably slightly more adjusted to the conditions, as it were.
Up the middle, Hosokawa flips to Mizuno on to first, not in time. Fielder's choice 4-6.
Polanco really putting the wheels today, though. He's getting a good run out.
The speed so far from Gregory Polanco is atypical for him. Nice play by Hosokawa. Quick flip. They're calling it safe. Are we going to see a challenge here? Does not look it. So 1 out. New runner at first is Polanco. Koki Yamaguchi 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
But he had that RBI before, didn't he?
That was an error.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
Now, I know we've mentioned a few times that, hey, this is our 3rd year doing this. Well, it's only the 2nd that we'll actually have backups for. 2022, we weren't allowed to keep the live stream archive. But hey, if you missed this one or you fell asleep, not to worry. The live stream archive will be up. So when you wake up, you can pick up right where you left off. Yamaguchi takes inside, ball, or strike 1. Take another look at that one. Ooh, that might have just been a bad frame job by Tamiya.
I was about to say, I think that was actually pretty good, and it was badly framed.
I've been framed. Punched foul. You have to think, you've seen a lot of soft tossers in Uehara. Sugiura was a little bit more velo. Kawano back to soft tosser. Murphy back to the speed. Another Canadian joining the chat, Chris Mano. On the ground, Yamaguchi to Mizuno. That could be 2. That is as tailor-made as it comes. 6-4-3. Murphy puts up a scoreless inning. We head to the top of the 8th.
マリーンズコレクションがパワーアップして登場。大迫力の動くトレカをあなたの手に。マリーンズアップと連携すると M コレをさらに楽しめる。ダウンロード不要。マリーンズコレクションで検索。
Neat. Again, your major league team could never do something that cool. Hey, we got viewers from Malaysia. Very cool. Spread the word. We do these live streams about once a month. Our next will be on April 21st. Simcoe County. My dude, I'm broadcasting from Toronto, Chris. And Jimbo here's from Montreal. It's been a while since we've introduced ourselves. Gabe Lerman here on the call. Jimbo Bernicki on color. Michael Bealey on the analysis. As we enter the top of the 8th, former Red Sox Hirokazu Sawamura entering the game. Oh, gotta love the sandstorm entrance.
Oh, yeah. That's the good stuff.
It is number 11, Hirokazu Sawamura.
Speaking of a new jersey number, Sawamura rejoined the Marines last year with jersey number 54. Now he's rocking the 11 because Chihaya Sasaki is not with the club anymore.
Sawamura looks like the kind of guy who blasts Sandstorm while driving. Like that looks
absolutely.
like that is his jam.
Storied career so far for Hirokazu Sawamura. 35-year-old represented Tokyo the Japan team in the 2015 Premier 12, winning bronze with the Japanese club. Central League Rookie of the Year and a Japan Series champion in 2012. Pitching from 2011 to 2020 with the Giants. Joined the Marines at the deadline in 2021 or in 2020. Went to the Red Sox for 2 seasons. Back to the Marines in 2023, where he's been since. He gets the heart of the order here. Matsumoto Manami Martinez.
And I just want to give a little shout out here to Ricky Koo joining us from Malaysia. Put that in our little scorecard. Maybe not just game per game. We really should start keeping track, like for the season, how many different countries we can get to join us. But we're happy to have you, Ricky, and we hope you can join us for more.
Viewers come from Go Matsumoto has a double so far today and a walk in 3 plate appearances. Even at age 35, Sawamura continues to throw that heater up at 99 miles an hour at top. Splitter and slider are his 2 secondaries. Used to be a starter, if memory serves, and moved to the bullpen afterwards. Matsumoto shows bunt. Last season, Sawamura missed some time due to one of the scariest sounding diseases I've heard in a while, reversible cerebral vasoconstriction syndrome.
Ooh.
Banned from strenuous exercise for the month of August. 0-1 on the way, slider well inside. But for the vast majority of patients, all symptoms disappear on their own within 3 weeks, so it doesn't usually require hospitalization. Sawamura's may just have been a very serious case. Ooh, fastball low for ball 2. It's interesting that Matsumoto hasn't had too much of a struggle in center field. I usually peg him as a left fielder, and a very good defensive left fielder at that. I just think Isobata or Stevenson himself would be the better option in center. Sky to right center field. Yamaguchi says yoink.
There you go, nice pitch hit. 1 out.
And we see the golden boy Roki Sasaki there. Happy to be on the board for the win, I'm sure.
By my count, 7 strikeouts on the night over 5 innings pitched for Roki Sasaki. Definitely a good amount of work. But if anyone could flip this game score on its end with one swing of the bat, it's the man at the plate, Chusei Manami. 3 for 10 on the young season so far. Looking for the first long bomb. The winds of Tokyo Bay be kind. I know everyone was expecting Kotaro Kiyomiya to be the linchpin of the next great fighters team, Jimbo, you included. I'm still a Manami guy. I think he's my next jersey I gotta get.
Well, I think Manami's definitely the guy. Now, I just hope Kiyomiya can catch up to him. That would just be such a brutal, devastating 1-2 punch. And yeah, Manami would definitely be on my short list of guys whose jerseys I'm looking to get next.
All right, who's on the top of that list then?
Oh, I feel bad about not getting Kensuke Kondo last season.
Yeah, you got to support your MVP candidates. That is fair.
Yeah, but I just had to get the Yanagita jersey because that's my boy, you know. Yeah, Kondo and Manami sounds like a good combo to me.
Nice.
All right, we got some folks checking in from Australia. Tanvish Bajaj from India. Awesome. Sawamura will take this one himself. 1-3 to put out. Indonesia, Colombia.
Oh, you mentioned
Baseball.
India. Now I can't talk. I want to talk about cricket, but I can't.
Baseball
IPL
is
is going
truly
on.
a global sport. And I mean, the fact that we've got people all around the world watching a game taking place in Japan through the magic of the internet. Rough day at the plate for Manami, just the lone single. Ariel Martinez, originally picked up by the Chunichi Dragons from Cuba as a catcher, he's made the adjustment to be a first baseman primarily, which affords him more opportunities to play catching his hard on the knees enough as a foreign catcher? Yikes. What if your signs are in a different language?
That's neat, actually. Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah, you just made me think, entirely unrelated to baseball, but one of the silliest things I ever said as a child was I was talking to my parents. I was like, it's weird how, like, people speak different languages, but everyone thinks in English.
Kids
They were like,
say the darndest things.
No.
And you were in Montreal thinking that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Montreal still got a very big Anglophone community.
Yeah, very big's a strong word.
Right,
ever
all the Anglos
dwindling.
left for Toronto in the 70s, right. Ariel Martinez standing at the plate. 2-0 count on the way from Sawamura. Swing and a miss. Deep cut. On a
He
slider.
guessed low and outside, and that was way low and inside. My goodness.
MLB's been working in India, Jason. There's also Baseball United that's been starting up in Middle East, North Africa.
Chris Vano's speaking the truth. I miss the Expos too.
3-1 the count on Martinez. 0 for 3 today. Ground out, pop out, fly out. I apologize for not having the chat popped out before like the 7th or 8th inning. So I missed a lot of conversation, but thank you, Jimbo, for keeping me honest on that. Martinez deep to left. That will be foul. That sounded good. Oof.
And you can see he knows he almost had it. The Fighters are definitely still in this game. While we are nearing the end, we are definitely not quite there yet.
Yeah, it's only a one-run game, I have to remember.
Though, if you may remember from last season, the Fighters did have a penchant for losing one-run games.
Don't remind me. Other games still going on. Eagles and Lions tied at 3s, now in the bottom of the 10th. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Sawamura pitches a scoreless 8th. Through 7.5, it's Marines 2, Fighters 1. Here on the Pacific League TV Midnight Matinee.
Found it funny. We saw there. I wasn't sure which pitcher it was, but Sasaki threw the most pitches today, and he's totally fine, while the relief pitcher is covered in ice and like a body cast.
He's got the giant jacket, Tom Brady style. I mean, it must still be humid in Japan if the weather's like 24 degrees.
Oh, 24 degrees. That sounds nice. It's like 5 degrees here.
51% humidity in Chiba right now.
Eek. Well, as we continue to wait for things to wrap up, it's worth reminding you all that this broadcast is the copyrighted telecast of Pacific League TV and cannot be redistributed or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Pacific League Marketing and the 6 Pacific League teams. Besides, why would you want to? It's on YouTube for free.
We're right here.
We ain't going anywhere.
I was curious, so I looked up how humid it was where I'm at, and it's 95% humidity. Oh, thank God I have air conditioning.
Yeah, I was looking into like humidity in Japan today when I was thinking about places to check out, and it's all very comparable to Montreal, which on the one hand, all right, I'm used to it. On the other hand, I hate it.
Don't go in the summertime. That's my
Don't
words
go
of
in the
wisdom.
summertime.
Well, again, if I don't, I'm in Montreal in the summertime. It's the same thing.
No.
That's my point.
No, trust
it's
me.
worse.
If you don't trust me on anything else, trust me on this, please. I'm helping you.
interesting little tidbit I found out today researching Hokkaido and Sapporo. They get, while it is milder in the winters than Montreal, they get less sunlight than we do, which I didn't know was possible, and double the snow, which blew my mind because we get snow. We get capital S snow here in Montreal. But Sapporo, that ain't no joke. Oh my god.
Have you ever seen that famous picture of the like the 20-foot walls on the side of the road in Hokkaido?
I thought that was like a one-time thing, and no, apparently that's an every darn day thing.
I was doing some research on S-Con Field Hokkaido, including how to properly capitalize the name. That roof is built to withstand 14 feet of frozen precipitation.
14 feet per like square inch, right? Like,
Yeah.
Damn, yeah, that's impressive, man. Really thinking about that for a second.
Yasuda spikes this one into the dirt, 2-1 the count. New pitcher into the game is Ryuji Kitaura. 24-year-old left-hander drafted by the Fighters in the 5th round of the 2018 first-year draft. He's slowly making his way into bigger roles with the top club. Last few seasons, his ERA's hovered around 3, but he's only seen 12 innings or less of work. He's always in audition mode to try and get more time. Fastball outside. Count is full. That'll be a leadoff walk for Hisanori Yasuda. To open the bottom of the 8th. All right, so no defensive substitutions yet for the Marines.
Atsuki Tomosuke. And for batting, Kenta Chatani.
Kenta Chitani up at the plate. 1 for 3 with a single. Pardon my scratchings, trying to keep my score book up to date. I figure this will be a nice little keepsake of the season once we're done. Another jersey change. Atsuki Tomosuke was wearing number 10. Now he's got number 4 on his back. Chatani has been given the order to bunt. Kitaura deals. That is deadened in front of the plate. Well done. Good sacrifice bunt there.
bunting, it's sexy.
Bunting, it's what's for dinner. So with Tomosuke coming in, I'm expecting we're going to see him take over at shortstop. That might move Chitani over to first, where he's familiar with the position. So that's runner at second with one out for Shogo Nakamura. That's a double and his first lone hit of the day, 1 for 3.
Marines definitely thinking to widen the gap here to make the close situation just a little bit easier on the bullpen.
There's a line drive up the middle, base hit. Matsumoto will bring it into the infield. Tomosuke holds at third. Man, can we bring back that crowd, Mike? That was loud and clear. Show go. Toshiya Sato with runners at the corners. Already has a single and a double today. Woo! The umpire almost got beamed by that. Fans are loving it.
Now, are the fans loving the hit or that the umpire almost got hit? Just
Yes.
the correlation.
Yes.
Yes.
Inclusive or, yes. I mentioned that Toshiya Sato has really taken over the lead catcher job. I mean, his competition is Tatsuhiro Tamura, who's had that role for ages. And the youngster Ko Matsumoto, most famous for having caught that perfect game that Roki Sasaki pitched. That combined battery only had an age of, if my math is right, 38. There are whole baseball players older than that.
Yeah, wait.
Matsukawa was like 18 or something like that.
He graduated
Wow.
high school a week before, I think.
Oh, that's a terrible bunt idea. Tamiya catches the pop bunt. They tried the suicide squeeze, and it didn't catch anyone off guard. Koshiro Wada has an RBI today on the sac fly, as well as an incredible catch at the fence. That to me is a Toshiya Sato. Look, I just want to get back to the bench and get my catcher gear on. So now can Wada add to his day? I mean, maybe. All right, so now that we're in the bottom of the 8th with 2 down, who's your pick for the hero of the game so far?
Oh, I mean, Wada making that catch, and also, did he get an RBI earlier?
Yeah, he did.
I mean,
It was the so far the go-ahead run.
yeah, I mean, those two things combined are pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good arguments to be made.
That here. Kitaura. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Lefty on lefty matchup.
Though, of course, you have to consider Roki Sasaki, who didn't get very far in the game and did give up a run, but he did pretty well otherwise.
I mean, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. Also, it's early in the season. You really want to burn your ace's arm out? Hoshiro Wada deep to center field, and Matsumoto will haul it in. Oh, the winds off Tokyo Bay have stolen another one. 2-1 the score. I would not be surprised to see Naoya Masuda coming into the game out of the Fighters bullpen. He's been their closer for what feels like yonks now. That's a name I can't say in certain forums.
Yonks?
Seiichiro Oshita.
Oh, okay, I understand.
Here he comes. Nice ride.
ピッチャーの澤田が変わりまして、増田、マリーンズのピッチャー、増田、背番号52、代走いたしました。
How good is Naoya Masuda? Well, let's put it this way. Through last season, ERA of 2.94, 626 strikeouts, 166 holds, 218 saves. 2-time Pacific League saves leader, and also picked up Pacific League Rookie of the Year to go with his 5 All-Star nominations. He's good. Bit of a sidearm pitching motion. Throws both 4-seam and 2-seam fastballs. Works with sinkers, sliders, cutters, and changeups. Another guy with that herky-jerky stop and start pitching motion. Oh man, the winds are really picking up now. They were not this bad earlier.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, it is super visible.
For those of you who have stuck around this whole time tuning in with us, thank you for doing so. We do this for you, and I'm thrilled that you've been able to enjoy these games as much as we've enjoyed watching them.
And equally, those of you who are showing up a little late to the party, you can always go back and watch the replay if you want to see how we got here. The important thing is, you came. And hopefully we hope to see more of you in the coming games and on the podcast and our other things, such as the weekly highlights and other videos we put up on this channel.
Yeah, I got to get started on those again. Yuya Gunji, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts so far. Swing and a miss over the top of the fastball. Hey, it is our pleasure, Chris Mono. Man, we still got over 100 people. Although I do wonder how many of them just fell asleep and are left the game on. 0-1 on the way. Sato's going to give it a look, but whoa, that's going way back. Nice catch. Bottom of the 11th over at Rakuten Mobile Park, Miyagi. If it wasn't like almost 4 in the morning, I'd definitely flip over and watch that. Eagles trying to avoid getting swept in their opening series. Gunji, 0-2 count. That's into the dugout. I have to respect that the Fighters fans on the road actually do wear the road jersey. It's a nice touch.
Oh, that is nice.
Teams are big on the coordination. The Marines will actually reveal which jersey they're wearing before the game on the game day post so that the fans know whether to show up in pinstripes or the grays. Or their black summer week where they bust out the all black uniforms.
Oh, I love those. And also, last year they did that Miami Vice theme. I hope they do something like that again this year.
Oh, yeah, with the pink and the blue. Oh, yeah.
That's one of the great things about MPB. We have a lot of really cool jerseys that change up every year.
And a lot of really regrettable ones.
Those Tigers gradients from 2020.
Oy. I want the Tigers Photoshop license to be revoked.
I hope
on the way from Masuda.
I hope the Fighters have that race gear one again this year.
Oh, the new generation, whatever one?
Oh, yeah, like the red and black.
Collar.
Yeah.
I just remember that picture of Hiromi Ito in it, just mean mugging the camera.
I loved the Hawks one. The teal, that was a really nice look last year.
No, last year for me, for the Hawks, it was the black and gold.
Oh, yeah, that was really strong.
Yeah, the Hawks 75th anniversary kit was sharp. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gunji with a hat trick of Ks. Masuda racks up his first of the day.
2018, the Marines had a Hawaiian shirt jersey. I was a big fan of that one, too.
Didn't the Buffaloes also have like a flannel jersey at one point?
Yeah, I think
ooh, that sounds gross.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just glad they didn't go full Canadian tuxedo.
No, that we need.
Fastball low for ball 1. Franmil Reyes, 2 strikeouts and a pop-up to second base.
Man, you tell me you wouldn't want to see a team come out in all denim? Maybe not actual material denim,
yeah,
but jerseys and pants that look like
kidding?
Denim. But no, jersey and pants that just look like denim. I think that'd be great.
Full leisure suits.
Masuda fastball away. You can always tell when it's getting late in the game because our commentary becomes less focused.
Yeah, I
It
was
is
just
4 in the
thinking, like,
morning.
I am fading, but we're almost there.
Oh, Daniel Brim's got the Buffalo's plaid jersey. Oh, nice touch. Will Jacobson, the podcast is not available on Apple Podcasts. It's available right here on this YouTube channel. We have to geo-block the podcast, too. Count is 3-0. Masuda. There's that leg kick. Reyes swinging on 3-0. Just must have missed it.
And a little tip to baseball lover, I'm also a pretty big guy, and I got a jersey last year. If you just go the largest size, you won't be able to fit it properly, like close it, but it does make for a decent overshirt. But it's also weird. It seems the teams have different sort of ideas of size. Like my Hawks jersey
Yep.
fits way better than my Lions jersey, which is ironic because my Lions jersey is Akira Nagamura. Or not Akira, wait.
Takeya.
Takeya, yeah, my bad.
And Reyes will work the walk. With 1 out, the tying run is aboard. Intrigue.
So I got a Lotte shirt, and I went a size up to an XL because I figured, it was going to be smaller. No, I shouldn't have done that with the Marine shop. So I bought an Oryx shirt, and I just bought it in size large, and it's like a small on me. So yeah, two completely different ideas of what the sizes are.
That's wild.
One of the fastest men in Japan pinch running for Franmil Reyes, Ryota Isobata, taking over at first base. Yua Tamiya, 0 for 3 today so far. An atypically bad day at the plate for the youngster. He represents the go-ahead run. Masuda steps off to do a quick check on Isobata. He wants to keep that double play in order. Fastball in for strike one. Please tell your friends and please do more for getting the word out about these live streams. We love doing them. We want to get more folks in. I think we have we broken the 200 mark yet? This is more than we had all of last season, if memory serves, right now.
I didn't see us break the 200 mark, but we got close. We got into like the 180s, I saw.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure what
I
peak
think
was.
last season there was, I think the highest we got was around 210, I want to say.
Okay.
But that might have been the Bauer game, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I believe so. We're killing it with views on the archive footage, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, especially with the we had a Yamamoto game, no?
No, we didn't.
We didn't? No. Well, if we did, we would have gotten a lot of views.
I mean, we've gotten plenty of views on the highlight clips for Yamamoto, for Senga, for Yoshida.
So if you're watching this from the future, getting a scouting report on Roki Sasaki, hey!
Drilled to right center field. That could be trouble. Whoa, it is! It's a near collision in the outfield. Isobata is on his horse. He will round third and will score. Oh my word, we are tied.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was a near collision. That looked like a full-on outfielder collision.
We're going to have to watch the replay for that. Isobata must have known something was up. He was flying around the bases. Tamiya gives this one a ride. Let's take a closer look. Oh, their arms collide. Oh, it was in Wada's glove, and Yamaguchi knocked it out.
I almost saw it. It looked like it was in Yamaguchi's glove, fell out into Wada's glove, and then fell out.
Yeah, thankfully no one is hurt long term for that. Marines and the injury bug, inseparable. Gadzooks, of all the times to get tagged with an error, that is one of them. Tatsuki Mizuno, the shortstop. Two for 3 today with a run scored. Now has a chance to give the Fighters the lead with a runner at third and only one out. Hard hit, but foul.
Man, I thought he had
and
that.
Through the wickets of the groundskeeper or the bat boy out there. Yeah, that one is going to be one that's going to haunt the outfielders in their dreams tonight. Sasaki will take the no decision. Runner at third. One's across the scoreboard as the wind picks up. Masuda deals. Line into right field. The Fighters will take the lead. Tatsuki Mizuno recovers from the error and hands the Fighters their first lead of the game. Yamaguchi collects it. Oh, he is hyped.
I mean, wouldn't you be?
I hate to say I told you so, but I did kind of call the Fighters to finish third this year.
Oh, we both did.
Right. Delete, delete, delete. Quick out-of-town scoreboard check. Lions and Eagles still tied at threes in the bottom of the 11th, but the Eagles do have runners at the corners.
How? I feel like they've been in the 11th inning for like an hour now. Like, that game's been going on.
Never mind, Eagles walk it off in the 11th.
Oh, there we go.
Hiroto Kobukata with a sacrifice fly to score Tatsumi. So the Eagles avoid the sweep. This is just a rough day for Naoya Masuda. Nice bomber jacket on Sasaki, though. It's a sharp fit.
Looks very good, yeah.
Meanwhile, in the Fighters' bullpen, it's get Seiji Tanaka up in a hurry.
You know, Roki in the jacket looks very much kind of like he's got a bit of like an Al Davis thing going on. Former Oakland Raiders, now Las Vegas Raiders.
I am
Perhaps
black with a monochromatic
Las Vegas
black.
A's confirmed.
Confirmed is doing that's a load bearing confirmed there. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Good sinker there from Masuda. Wada looking on. Had a highlight. That was a low light. 1-2 on the way to Ryohei Hosokawa. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
What a pitch!
Second
My goodness.
out of the inning.
Strikeout.
Where's that filth been all inning long? Look at this.
1番レフト
Two-seam fastball just goes crazy.
Yeah, that's some extreme arm side action. Almost a gyro effect.
Maybe it's because of all the wind.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Now into the game for left fielder Andrew Stevenson is Taiga Egoshi. Former Hanshin Tiger joined the fighters through the active player draft in 2023.
Ooh, that's got to sting a bit.
What, joining through the active player draft?
No, leaving the Tigers in 2023.
Yeah. Masuda set. Strike one, that'll chase back Mizuno. He with the go-ahead run here in the top of the ninth. How many people went to bed thinking they were going to wake up and see a Marines win tomorrow? Oops.
I almost did.
To be fair, I do that every night.
Swing and a miss for strike two. Egoshi waves at that one.
Coming up on hour 4 here of the broadcast. Again, thank you everyone ever so much for sticking around thus far. Hour 3, I should say. Sorry, it's 4 a.m. I mean, that's where my brain's at right now.
Oh yeah, once you get past 3 hours, it's all bets are off here on the Midnight Matinee. We're running out of places where it's midnight.
Where is it still midnight, actually? I'm curious. I'll
What's
figure
west
that
of
out.
Pacific? Some places down in South America, maybe? '25th pitch of the inning for Masuda.
It's presently midnight in Anchorage, Alaska.
Hey!
So, shout out to any Alaskans in the chat. And also,
Flyover country when you're going to Japan from North America.
I'm so tired. I saw Dubai, and I was like, that can't be right. But it's because it's noon in Dubai right now.
Masuda picks up his third strikeout of the game, but oh dear, this one got away from the Marines. They will have a chance to tie it or walk it off in the bottom of the ninth. Tsuyoshi Shinjo meekly walking over to announce his lineup changes. Egoshi will probably check in left field or center field with Matsumoto handling the other of those two. Oh, we got fans coming in from Brazil. Joao Piva. Thank you for joining us. This was that calamitous play in center field right in front of the cheering section, too. Wada tumbles. Yamaguchi recovers it, but there's no way you're catching Isobata from first on that play. That's correct, All Things Sports. I am the Torontonian. Enjoy our fair city. Enjoy our concrete mausoleum of a stadium. It may be a concrete mausoleum, but it's our concrete mausoleum.
I like the way it looked from the outside last time I was in Toronto.
And they've done big work improving the inside, too.
ピッチャー、北浦に変わりまして、田中正義。9番、セカンド、奈良背番号58。ファイターズのピッチャー、田中背番号29。以上に変わります。
All right. Seigi Tanaka into the game for the Fighters. Formerly a draftee of the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks, but injured and missed almost the entirety of the 2019 and 2020 seasons. And injured again in 2022. Traded to the Fighters as compensation for the Hawks signing away Kensuke Kondo. And last season put up some sterling numbers as the Fighters' newly nominated closer. .35 ERA in 47 appearances, 25 saves, 8 holds. Not bad for a reclamation project. Yudai Fujioka getting loose in the on-deck circle. Expect a mix of fastballs, forkballs, cutters, and curves.
Ninth inning. Hit off second baseman.
Forkballs, cutters, and curves. Oh my. Things I would only ever think of at 4 a.m.
I love this tidbit on his Wikipedia page. His first name is translates to Justice,
That's pretty cool.
which is his nickname on the team. Fastball in for strike one. So when he completes a save, the phrase is "Justice is served."
Ooh, that goes
That's
hard.
baller
That's
right there,
cold. Damn, they need to get that for Aaron Judge with the Yankees. That'd be great. If Debbie gets a home run.
Or just a Law and Order sound effect, just a chung chung. 1-2 the count. Seiji Tanaka wins blowing at his jersey, notably not see-through. Taiki Nadama checking in and taking over at second base for Hosokawa. Fujioka fouls this one into the left field stands. Launch angle of like 90 degrees left. It'll be Fujioka, Ryusei Ogawa, or pinch hitter, and Gregory Polanco. Remember, Neftali Soto was lifted for a pinch runner back in 7th. 1-2 on the way. In the dirt for ball 2. Mike, I echo that. Like, why do all of our games take so long?
Yeah. It's been a
At least
pattern
the
these
first
past
game.
3 years.
I mean, we had a Buffalo. Yeah, we had extra innings for Buffalo's fighters. We had extra innings for fighters. Eagles. I'm beginning to notice a trend. It's the fighters. They're the ones who make us go long.
They have no quarrel with Ham, but they do have quarrel with us and our sleep schedule.
Yeah, if I see the sunrise, I am in trouble. I got stuff to do today. Full count pitch on the way to Fujioka. Chop on the ground. Outside outstretched reach of Taiki Nadama. Leadoff man's aboard. Taiki Nadama just checking into the game, and oof! Oh, pinch hitter announced. One of the Marines legends, Katsuya Kakunaka. I don't mean to be rude, but the definition of an aging veteran.
For once, I really hope I don't see bunt here. Ooh, we do have a choked up swing.
Type. Kakunaka has been a member of the Chibolote Marines since 2007, which means he, of course, has a Japan Series ring from the 2010 season. Batting title in 2016, best 9. Last season, in limited appearances, batted .296. And the umpire caught that one.
With his neck.
Where did this one clank off? Oof!
Ooh,
off the
right
chin.
in the head.
Hit him twice.
Wind's now blowing at 11. Is that 11 miles an hour? That can't be right. They're blowing strong. Kakunaka calls time. quick little sticky. This is the last game active in NPB right now, so all television sets are tuned in here across the nation. If I'm reading this right, the only team that had started the season 0-3 are the Dragons.
That
Which
doesn't...
tracks.
What?
Oh, sorry, they're 0-2-1. I forgot they tied the Swallows yesterday.
Oh, 0-3. Sorry, I thought you meant 3-0, and I was genuinely flabbergasted.
No, they're 0-2-1. First tie of the season. Thankfully, we've never had to broadcast a tie. That adds an extra hour to our broadcast schedule. 1-2 on the way from Tanaka.
Didn't...
Check.
I feel like Mike and I had a tie last season in the baseball for breakfast. I might be wrong, though.
I think it might have ended in a walk-off.
Yeah, if it wasn't a tie, it was an extra innings
I think it
ender.
was close.
Yeah,
Close
definitely.
to being a tie.
And we do apologize that there's no baseball for breakfast plans at this point. We are trying to secure additional resources to see if we can bring that back. Keep tuned. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 from Kakunaka. First out of the bottom of the ninth.
Left fielder, number 22, Gregory Polanco.
Okay, if I was scripting this, you know what I'd call for here.
The wind has something to say about that, though.
Okay, so hit opposite field.
You got a point.
The wind comes from...
If that was me.
Polanco 2 for 4 today. Infield single thrown out at home.
If that was me?
Just send it over the fence.
Just hit a home run. Just dinkers all day.
That's the equivalent to, nah, I'd win.
That's what you're going to. Yeah, I could stop that puck. 1-0 on the way from Tanaka. That's a home run cut, though. Tanaka's really just a primary fastball guy. He only throws the forkball 15% of the time, if I saw that correctly. And he does mix in a cutter every so often. Cutter's not that effective, though. Forkball really is his best pitch. Fastball in for strike 2. Tanaka having an extended outing here. 15 pitches so far. 21 hits between the two teams. 12 for Lotte, 9 for Nippon Ham. Also, scoring note, Iwatamiya's hit has been marked as a hit, not an error. Goes as a triple. 2-2 on the way to Polanco. Low for ball 3. Which unfortunately means that Masuda is charged for both runs. Koki Yamaguchi, one part of that miscue in the outfield. Waiting in the on-deck circle. The Lotte faithful, Team 26, trying to will the Marines to a win here. Line to the right field. Jumping catch by Nadama. Throw to first. In time, it's a double play.
What a magical double play to end the game there. That was incredible.
Fighters win this one 3-2. Spoil opening weekend. Winning the series 2-1. Taiki Nadama marking in your scorecard. 4-3 double play.
Even full of incredible defensive plays. That was one of the best. And what a way to end this game.
Say it with me. Justice served. Your winning pitcher is Kitaura Ryuji of the Fighters. Losing pitcher is Naoya Masuda. Seiji Tanaka picks up the save. My goodness, what a way to finish this one. And now, of course, we have to change our calculations. Who's your call for hero? Is it Narama? Is it Tanaka? Or is it Tamiya?
Oh yeah, I mean, Tamiya did pick up to kind of get that huge hit, but that also was a bit of an error. I don't know. I think Tanaka, you could actually make the argument for, because he got through the top of the lineup and secured the win there in the end.
Well, we'll see. We're going to keep the stream going and through the hero interview, but Jimbo, Mike, and I are going to be calling it a night. It is 4:15 here in Eastern Time Zone. So on behalf of all of us here at Pacific League TV, see you April 21st for our next game as the Hawks host the Buffaloes. Sweet dreams, everyone.
放送席、そしてファイターズファンの皆さんお待たせいたしました。今日のヒーローは9回に貴重な勝ち越しタイムリー、水野達樹選手です。ナイスバッティングでした。